Hey everybody, good morning. My name is Jason. This is happyjacksrpg. We normally are playing the die role-playing game on Friday mornings, but today we are short our regular GM. So Noir has graciously offered to GM for us a sampling of the Outgunned RPG. And everything's going to be fine and good and normal, and everything's okay. So we're going to be making characters, and Sam and Vixie are faster and better at this than I am, but I will be doing mine live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Noir, take this away from me. What are we
Hell,
doing?
Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be playing Outgunned, which is a system that is built around replicating all of your favorite Hollywood summer blockbuster movies. In this system, instead of having classes, you have roles, which will be your basic action movie archetypes. So if you want to be just an every guy, an every person who finds themselves in a action movie, there's a role for that. It's called the Nobody. If you want to be John Wick, well, there is a role for that. Or if you want to be an Assassin's Creed assassin, well, you would just play the assassin. Um, the entire point of this system is to have off the wall, just wild action. And so we've already started making our characters for our one-shot summer blockbuster movie. One of the things that I like to or I would like to start doing with this system when I run it is asking the audience as they watch it or after they watch it to come up with the name of what this movie would be. Um, we're working on creating a character for Jason right now, who has come up with the concept of essentially wanting to be a them in black type character. Protecting the earth from the scum of the universe. So, that's what we're getting into right now. To let you know the context of Jason's character's party, we have ourselves a assassin more from the world of John Wick. You might recognize the character role from Halle Berry's character in the John Wick movie. We have the dog trainer, which is being played by Sam. Sam, would you like to tell us a little bit about your character?
Hi, I'm Sam DeLev. I am playing June, a who works at a doggy daycare by day. And most importantly of all, their dog is Moose. Uh, he is a Belgian Malinois and is a very, very good boy.
I've played with this character in two playtests now and can confirm Moose is good as boy. We also have ourselves.
Real quick, too, just so the audience knows, the
Mhm.
dog can't die. That's
Oh,
not a thing. So
so
you don't
I
have to be worried about that. That's not what's happening.
it with this is another reason that I am ingratiated to this system because I was very worried about, okay, we have a role that's all about the dog jumping into combat. what what do? Well, Outgunned saw our worry ahead of time and informed us that there is no situation in which the dog is allowed to die by mechanics. So if you're playing this game and you have an edge lord that's just like, well, it's not realistic if the dog can't. Well, shut up. It's in the text. Dog can't die. Also, if someone is playing a young character, they automatically get a feat called Too Young to Die because you don't kill kids at the table either. So that is taken care of by the system. Um, Again, another reason why I love this system. Uh, a good call out though. I really a good call out. Just to set everybody's minds at ease. Besides, I wouldn't dare threaten the dog because Sam would kill me. But this is a great opportunity to also offer one more thing about the system. When your character runs out of grit, which is what this system calls hit points, uh, your character suffers the condition left for dead. because the system understands that that sometimes people have a personal connection to their characters, and we're replicating action movies. And how many times have you seen someone die only to come back in the sequel? They've made a mechanic for that. So even should your character fall, we're not so sure we've seen the last of them. But that brings us back to our party makeup. We have an assassin from the world of John Wick, and now we have an assassin from an older creed. Uh, Vixie, you mind telling us about your character?
Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell. I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at the table, and today I am playing Vanya. She is an assassin more in the Assassin's Creed vein, a bit of a bounty hunter, very independent, considers most people, with the exception of obviously animals and children, expendable in her line of work. And yeah, she is always after where the money is.
I love it. Now you might be asking yourself, the world of John Wick and the world of Assassin's Creed, those don't mix. Well, shut up. Now they do. And also we're throwing in Men in Black, them in Black in there as well. So now this is where we round back to Jason. You've got your role in mind, if I'm not mistaken. You're picking the agent, correct?
Yes, that's right.
I waited right until you were eating. I'm so sorry. I hate when people do that to me, and I totally just did that to you.
I was rushing to be there by the time everyone was done with intros, so we're good.
All right, so you picked your role, which is the agent. Now you've got something else to pick, which is going to be your trope. So just to explain to everyone that's watching, the assumption for the most part is that everybody is a human, so there is no species, lineage, heritage, whatever you want to call it. Instead, there is the trope. So if you're playing an agent, great. There are so many different agents in movies. You've got Jason Bourne, you've got Ethan Hawke, you've got James Bond. What separates them is the trope. So
so actually the role I picked is the brain.
So sorry. So you're the brain, which, I mean, I don't think I need to explain that, right? So you're the brain.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're the smart character archetype. What trope did we go with?
The genius brawler.
Now we're talking genius brawler. Think of Sherlock in the Robert Downey Jr. movies, where they use their intellect to absolutely throw the most savage and intellectual hands possible.
Yeah.
So that is the character trope that we're going for. Great. So when building a character, when you pick a role, there's going to be a number of skills, right? Each skill listed, you're going to add +1 to on your character sheet.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like they all start at 1.
Mm-hmm.
What do my attributes start at? Or are they set?
So when you see your role, there's going to be 2 attributes or 1 attribute. You have to pick one if there are 2, and you put +1 into that attribute. So all attributes start at 2. If you have, like, you're playing a brain, so I'm gonna guess the attribute that you have is focus. So you're gonna put 1 to focus, which means that your focus should now be 3.
Okay, let's see. So the brain job. Okay, yeah, attribute point focus. +1 focus. All right. Then I've got skill points. I add 1 to all of these skills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So all skills start at 1. The ones that are on your roll should now be 2.
Okay, so I've got a
lot of them.
I've got drive. I've got leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I've got speed. How dare you not alphabetize these?
Yeah. Game. They are tethered to the attribute
speech
that they work with, which
style, detect, fee, fix, heal, is.
And while you're doing that, I should explain to everyone that this game works in 2 phases normally. There's going to be action phases where the players say, I want to do a thing. And whenever a player takes initiative and they ask me, the director, I want to do a thing, they get to pick the skill and attribute that they can use, so long as they can explain it. So we have a very brainy character, right? If our brain goes, I want to punch this person in the face, well, you would think that would be a brawn fight, right? Brawn, big, strong, and then fight, punch, punch. Well, no, not exactly. In this system, Jason could go, I want to punch this person. I'm going to look at their physique. I'm going to see if they're favoring a leg or if there's any sign of a wound, and I want to hit them with the appropriate amount of force to do it. So I would like to use focus fight. I've got no choice but to accept that. Like that's how we represent the characters in the way that the players want. Now, that is an action. A reaction is when I tell them something is happening to you. This is what you have to roll. Like you're being shot at. Roll awareness and awareness and nerves to see where the shots are coming from and get down. Now there are feats in this system that allow my players to spend adrenaline and go, nah, I want to use smooth in awareness. I want to moonwalk away from the bullets. They can do that. That's what the feats let them do. I can't control it. Like it, unless I there's really nothing I can do if they have that feat. And I love that because it allows characters to define themselves. And whereas a lot of systems you are limited by the capabilities of your build, in this system you're limited by your imagination. If you can paint the picture for me, then I will go with it. And more often than not, I'll award you for doing something that I didn't expect. Like if you moonwalked away from a hail of bullets, I've got to give you adrenaline. And adrenaline is a currency that GMs give in this system to allow players to roll extra dice, or if they get 6 of them, they get a spotlight, which is another currency that lets them essentially GM the game for a hot minute. So, where are we looking on your character? What's up?
Okay, so I'm looking at feats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at, let's see, I just want to look down at scientist real quick because I get
Oh,
2 of
boy.
these.
So you get to pick 2 feats from your roll and 1 feat from your trope. And if you're old, you get an extra feat that you can just pick from anywhere.
Oh, neat. Okay. So the 2 from brain, I'm probably gonna go. Well, let's see. Oh, intuition's really good. Weak spot is something I was thinking about. So intuition and mastermind, I think, are where we're gonna go with that.
Okay. And just you just touched on something else that's pretty awesome. If you want to play a pacifist in this game, you can still be one of the deadliest characters in the party because there's a mechanic called the weak spot, where if you're playing a non-combatant character, when the combat goes down, your character can attempt to find the weak spot in the enemies. There's a randomly generated list of results for weak spots. Some of them let you end the fight early by like, oh, you notice that there is tension amongst the enemies and you take advantage of that. And that can kill the fight. One of them gives you a spotlight, and remember, the spotlight lets you GM for a hot second. Others just let you find gear while everybody's fighting. So it's it if you decide you want to play a character that is maybe cowardly or a pacifist or just doesn't like getting their hands dirty, there's still things for you to do in combat.
Okay,
Can you tell I
so
love this system?
no, I'm into it. This is my first time looking at it, and I'm this is pretty interesting. Let's see. So with that, I think I'm going to take the +1 to body from my trope.
What you picked Genius Bruiser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, or brawn. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take the +1 to brawn, and then I do +1 to all of these skills under Genius Bruiser. Oh,
So
nice.
endure, force, fight, leadership, speech, fix, know, and heal are all things that are going to get an additional +1 from you. And in this system, when you hear us say +1, that means that they're going to get to roll an extra die. The die system for this game is essentially Yahtzee. So whenever a player wants to do a thing, they're going to pick from a skill and an attribute. Attributes can go up to 4, I believe, and skills can go up to 3. Wait, no, I'm
Okay. So from Genius Bruiser, I took
3 and 3 respectful. I thought attributes could go to 4.
I don't think so. I think we thought they stacked, but then because I think it's the trope has the one or the other or the roll.
Okay.
You're supposed, if you would have had a double stack,
Gotcha.
you take the other one of the 2 that you could pick from.
Okay, good. That's what I did.
Okie dokie. So skills max at 3, and attributes max at 3. So you're rolling 6. Now, whenever something gives you a +1, that means you're going to add an extra die to it. And always advocate for your characters, because situations and circumstances can also give you a +1 or take away a +1.
Okay, cool.
The help action also, if you decide to help a player, gives that player a +1. And there's a whole deal with successes and failures that I will introduce to you all during gameplay.
Huh. I have a surprising amount of leadership and speech.
Yeah, you're smart.
Brain encompasses the mastermind archetype, I think, which does kind of go for the leadership and speech sometimes. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I just know lots of smart people who aren't great leaders. But that is A-okay.
There are also other variations on the brainy character trope.
Yeah.
Like the brain encompasses the mastermind, but I believe there's a more like tech-oriented role as well for kind of more the like the Tran and the Van archetype.
Yeah.
Like I like playing.
Yeah. That's the neurotic geek vibe.
Right. Exactly.
On the trope.
And that's its own role, I believe.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I like that it's this Genius Bruiser who has to learn a lot about alien technology and stuff. Also, I took the That's All feat from Genius Bruiser. You're hard to persuade and even harder to impress. So for showing courage, withstanding pain, resisting threats or interrogation, free rerolls.
Okie dokie. I like it. So it sounds like for the most part, we're all ready to go.
Yeah. Do I need to do anything with gear or?
Your role should have what your starting gear is. Everybody starts with 1 adrenaline, 1 spotlight, and at least 1 monies. Current gold or money in this game is called monies. You can have 1 monies, which is just like having enough walking around money to take care of things. You can have 2 monies, and that's like, okay, you can comfortably live in the city. 3 monies means that you're doing a little bit better off. 4 monies means that you're rich, and then 5 monies, well, that's just too many monies.
Awesome.
Actually, it's called cash, but I like to call it monies, so that's what I'm calling it. So as a brain, you're going to start with Oh, they put I okay, there we go. You start with a portable computer, a notebook, and pencil.
Sweet. I'm so glad I have a pencil.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
you listen, you put that in the hands of John Wick and you can clear a room.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so our Creed assassin, you start with a concealed blade. Wow, I thought they'd give you more. Um, and our dog trainer assassin, you start with wait, that's wrong. A trained dog and a pistol, rifle, or shotgun.
Or shotgun. Or shotgun.
I really wish I could show y'all all the character art for the dog trainer. The dog is so fucking cute. He's got a little eye patch and bulletproof
Oh.
vest. Okay.
Which is a
Uh,
good time to specify, I promise there's ear protection.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
absolutely. Uh,
There's gonna need to be.
so we start off. You know what? Where do we find June?
What time of day is it?
It is 4 p.m. It's a lazy afternoon on a Friday. Everybody is everybody's on their last leg waiting for the weekend to come. You can tell some of the people in your vet clinic or your doggy daycare, they're just ready to go, except for you've got one employee that takes care of the pups during the weekends, and so they're coming in for their shift. Bubbly, energetic because they love what they do. Tell me a little bit about this NPC.
Yes, this is Magda. She started at the doggy daycare about 3 months ago, and there was like an initial period where I love dogs so much. It's like, wow, this is so much. And also, there are humans I have to interface with. But like by 3 months, we've gotten over the adjustment period, and I think she's doing really well. At the moment, I'm ringing someone up for some treats, and Magda's in the corner consoling this little Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, who has just wanted to be in a lap every moment the entire day.
Absolutely. And the person that you're ringing up is going, now you're sure that this is gluten-free dog snacks, right? I need to make sure that my little Fifi's diet is taken care of, and I can't afford for you to be giving me any trash that you might feed some of these street dogs.
That is what the label says. So I trust the label specifications.
Very well. If my little Fifi gets sick, I'll be holding you personally responsible. So I truly hope that you do know what you're doing.
I'm a professional.
They take their treats, and you can see they've got this little poodle in like a like the thing that babies hold like hang on to, like the little cloth that keeps the pup suspended, and they just look at you. All right, very well. If and the poodle looks at you like, get me away from this person. I hate them.
You're a good baby. Just like making the last little faces before. You go,
um you get a call on a very specific phone that you have, and you can see that the number is that of an operator.
This is June.
We here at the firm would like to let you know that there is an open contract for a Vincent Casanero. Uh, the payout will be 5 gold coins and $6 million.
I look over at the traits. I look over at the leash rack, which is getting just a little thin. All right.
Would you like to take this contract?
Yes, I would. Thank you so much.
We'll have it jotted down. Thank you so much. And as always, have a pleasant day and happy hunting.
You as well. Have a good one.
We see on the other side just this old school with typewriters and the pipes that banks have where they just put a capsule in and it just goes as June's name is written down on a contract, put into one of those capsules, and it goes up, and a computer shows contract accepted.
Sorry, I just had
Contract
this great
Go ahead.
image in my mind of automated system saying, would you like to accept this contract? Yes. Would you like to accept this contract? Yes. Yes, I want to kill them.
Yeah, but these people are efficient. So sometimes actually paying workers is the best way to get things done. So contract Vincent Casanero accepted by June and Moose. Um, you the firm has a special contract for dog trainers in which there's a subcontract that is assumed by the pups so that in the case that June should fail, um, there is someone to take care of Moose and an reward for Moose for having lost their assassin. That is just how the firm works.
I should clarify, the dog is the one who has the professional trope. I just happen to be here.
Yeah, you're the familiar.
Because it's perfectly clear after getting off the call, Moose has two different leash harness setups. And Moose is a very context-aware dog.
We move on to what is the headquarters for the Creed in this part of town. You tell me what their headquarters looks like.
It's a bar, of course.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that.
It's a bar that that looks just like any other normal bar that also doubles as a front for something potentially not fully legal, shall we say. The bar's name is actually called the Tip Jar.
I love it. At the Tip Jar, there's always one TV that is playing really old and really boring movies. And the way that the assassins communicate with each other in a room full of people that may not, people who just think that the Tip Jar is a cool bar to go to, is there will be exactly one frame. The movie is black and white, but there'll be exactly one frame that's in color. And assassins' senses are so keen that abrupt change is enough to get their attention. And you notice that the captions are different after that change happens. The one frame in color is the signal to pay attention, and then the captions are to tell you what is happening. And you see that there is a character in the movie that doesn't exist. Like, all the assassins have all these movies memorized, and there is a character, Vincent Casanero, who has transgressed against the heroes and must fall. It is imperative that they fall. They also tell you of a landmark where the scene is going to happen, where Casanero must fall. And so you're able to not only find the name of your mark, but the location of it. And as soon as you kind of confirm in your head, your favorite drink slides to you down by the bar. And you know that if you take the shot, that is you telling the organization that you've got this. If you don't take the shot, then they'll send the glass to someone else.
I think that Vanya is just sitting there. She has a very elaborate, beautiful hat box next to her. And she slides the hat box down to the barkeeper and takes the shot.
As soon as you do that, another person that you know is in the order comes and puts a massive tip in the tip jar, and the bartender rings it, and everybody's like, yeah, yeah, which causes just enough chaos for you to either slip out or grab gear that's hidden around for this mission. I'll leave that up to you.
She does have a concealed blade, but I think that like as she goes out, she also grabs thinking like what would be like subtle to grab.
Anything you can imagine.
Okay, I think she's just gonna grab like a sniper rifle and like in one motion kind of conceal it on her person. Sure.
And so the way it's concealed is at the bar there's a pool table,
Mhm.
and there is one bag that
Mhm.
like everybody's like, oh no, don't touch that, that's the bartender's bag, like
Yeah.
that's their special stick, and you just grab it and slip out.
Mhm.
Okay, you can jot down that you have a sniper rifle now, or I'll
Yay!
put that in your character sheet.
I love that. Let's go.
And
Woo.
then the movie switches over, and what does the Them in Black headquarters look like?
Remind me again what city we're in.
Generic city. You can say Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So deep underneath the like main Chicago City Public Library
Mhm.
is another department of civil service. The Them in Black department is buried deep underground there, and you like enter through the library. You have to go to special collections and pull like a series of books, and just like tip them and then put them back up, and then a secret door opens, and you step inside this elevator that drops down like 10 floors.
Oh
And
yeah.
you come out in a similar thing to what we would have seen in the Men in Black movies. The workspaces and different aliens, going through customs and declaring whatever, and or getting help learning, Earth customs, and
So there is just this. It looks like a giant flatworm
oh
with
god,
like two like ridiculously muscular looking human legs and human arms, and he just goes, so you mean to tell me that the people of this planet need to eat, right? And everybody knows this, but the food that they need to survive they can only get if they have sheets of paper with dead people that were horrible. What? And he's just looking at you, genuinely
he's talking to me.
confused.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, look, Brian, we've had this conversation before.
Yes.
I agree. Capitalism isn't working.
Okay, so you live on the planet. Why don't you just tell everybody, hey, let's stop?
It's 8 billion people, and we want them to be part of that decision-making process. It's we got to work together on this.
Well, if I'm a person that has a lot of those papers, and then suddenly you don't want the papers to matter, what am I gonna do in my papers?
Look, there's gonna be something, right? We'll be able to solve this, but the point is,
you guys really got yourself in a schmamickle. Wait, no, that's pickle. That's what you guys said, right? Pickle?
Yeah, but schmickles are not allowed on the surface of the planet, and we've talked about that as well.
Schmickles are delicious on my planet.
Yeah, but you know that's gonna be an aggressive species here. They're gonna just grow like wild.
That's why you gotta eat them. It's balance. It's like the movie that you had with the giant murderers, the predator creatures. It's the circle of life.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So you don't have any schmickle in your luggage today, right?
Would you be mad at me if I said I might have snuck a schmickle?
Look, if it's just one, like, eat it before you go out, okay? Can you just?
You see, he opens up his bag, and it's literally a face hugger. And it, like, as soon as he opens up the bag, it goes, and it tries to jump at your face, and he goes, "Oh, that's good. It's fresh." And he just starts eating.
Okay. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. I look forward to talking to you next month.
You're good people, Q. You make this whole transition thing really, it make it easier. This place doesn't make any sense.
We're doing what we can.
What do the Kardashians do? And then at that point, Agent Alpha Ghost, we've got a mission for you, Agent Q.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, all right, that's fine.
I would like to talk to you later about the inaccuracies of Star Trek. And then, like,
yeah. And at this point, so Agent Q is in the white shirt and black tie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stands up, and like at this point, you see like he stands all the way up, and his shoulders, his shirt is like, I'm doing my best. Like there's a lot of muscle under there, surprising, and because he doesn't look like, he just doesn't seem like a bruiser, right? He's like super tall. He's like 5'11".
Are you Henry Cavill trying to play Clark Kent?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. No, you're not obviously super
rolls
hot
down his
ripped.
sleeves, puts his jacket on. It's good that it's a little stretchy.
Okay. And with that, Agent Alpha goes, we've got word that there has been a extraterrestrial entity that has come out from the shadows, and they have quite the rap sheet. And it looks as though they're getting ready to do what they've done to, and you see, pulls out a tablet, 32 other worlds to this one.
Okay.
Yes, they are a intergalactic, they pyramid scheme planets to death.
Oh, God. All right. Well, okay, so Alpha, I don't see anybody else here. Is this my first solo gig then?
We've got a number of recruits that we're looking to partner up with you, but for the time being, this is going to be a joint agency project.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've worked with, FBI, CIA, MI6,
Not those. She puts the tablet down.
I mean, I'm not going to work with the KGB.
The people that we are working with for this particular operation, they are what the KGB have nightmares about. Just one individual from either of these agencies is enough to tip the scales of power in nations. In fact, entire regimes have fallen at the pull of their trigger or at the swing of their blade.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this being is dangerous.
She sliced the tablet over to you. Um, Fortunately for us, some of our clients have had surveillance technology that we could only dream of for far longer than our technology has been useful. And so we can see here that you see an art a profile of a group called the Creed. We can see here that the rise and the fall of many of the world's greatest empires have been orchestrated by this organization. Um, they are directly responsible for a number of major historical events in the death of multiple emperors, kings, presidents. You'll be working alongside one named Vanya, who has a
Okay.
particularly colorful reputation. We had the files on Vanya, and then suddenly we didn't. So that is something.
That's the Creed group, weren't they extraterrestrial origin?
They worked with the progenitors of the occupants of Earth.
Right.
Yes. The original species. They are the children of their first attempts at life. The myth of Adam and Eve is a distorted recollection of what actually occurred.
Yeah,
The
that makes
Creed
sense.
has the actual records, but they don't seem very inclined to share that with us.
Okay, well, everyone's entitled to their secrets, I guess.
The next individual you'll be working with is June from the Firm, a offshoot of the Creed that split off a few hundred years ago. Cold, efficient, and useful. They don't seem to have a creed of their own. It seems that they work for the highest bidder, or they have rules. We
Okay.
don't understand them, but they adhere to them, and for the most part, it's kept them out of our way.
Is Alpha showing me pictures of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just like,
Well, the thing is,
hold on. Who's
okay,
this? I point at Moose.
that is June's accomplice. They are a very, very skilled assassin.
Okay. I'm in.
The thing is, when they tried to show you a picture of Vanya, every picture they showed was blurred.
Yeah.
Like
it wasn't blurred before. Yeah.
like it's like you can tell it's upsetting Agent Alpha,
Yeah.
but it's just like you don't know how it works. So we've set a meet for you. The target is Vincent Casanero, or at least that is the human guise that they've adopted. They're meeting someone known as the Shadow. Um, it's they're meeting at Navy Pier, a pretty public and open area, so this will require discretion.
Okay.
That is all. You can go now.
All right. And I assume we have some protocol of how I would contact these other two and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
As you're walking out, Brian just goes, "Are we going on a mission?" And you just hear from the office, Agent Alpha goes, "For the love of no,
Brian, you don't work here."
I could work here." And with that, we move on to a scene at with all three of you coming to a park, coming to Millennium Park. It is a busy area. There are lots of people just walking around, but it's kind of that busy where nobody's paying attention to other people. Everybody's kind of too deep into their own life. Who would get there first?
Maybe me, or I would be the first one visible.
Okay. And describe to everyone what you look like.
So the typical, black suit, white shirt, but the difference being just a ball cap, but it is not with a team or anything that's recognizable. It's because he's really into this like weird alien sport that is not anything people would recognize here. Some combination between like skeet shooting and highlight. So it's just this sort of like tan ball cap that doesn't really go with his suit, but here we are. Let's make it black. It's a black ball cap. And
Okay.
has the sort of like thick military black frame, black rimmed glasses, right? The like thick rims, that like army issue pair of glasses sort of thing. And it has set up at a cafe with an outdoor table near where we're supposed to be. It's like a little round cast iron, like ironwork metal table with 3 chairs, which he's in one of, and just has his computer open and is actually like using his glasses to surveil the situation and all that, but is pretending to work on the computer.
Okay. Who shows up next?
Well, while you're surveilling, you probably see across the street over in like the little mini park. There's a person in with a dog throwing a rope toy. And the dog is bounding off of a tree to catch the rope toy in the air.
What a good boy.
As this person just yeets it upward, pretty much. And this athletic creature, who looks a little gangly, big in the paws, and those satellites that Malinois are already inclined to have are so big that one of them's just a little droopy to the side from being just so large. And yet, with such powerful athleticism, is this dog just flying?
Just made of
Malinois can
springs.
fly. I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
I just observe the phenomena.
The
So
Malinois.
they're just like wearing a sort of workout like hooded sweatshirt or something and some yoga pants, which like are moving a little stiff. I don't know. Might be something off about their material. Wearing some Converse shoes with like, I mean, it looks like a really good ankle support. But they're just tossing that rope toy, definitely for sure. Yep.
Awesome. And Vanya, before you appear, it is customary for assassins to have what I like to call an omen. Like an assassin's around if you see an eagle in the sky. What would you like your omen to be?
I think the omen is the sound of coins in a cup. Like someone dropping a tip in a cup.
Okay, and so that is the sound we hear as you come into the scene. Let me know what that looks like.
You just see a woman in like a leather jacket, like a good leather jacket. I'm gonna assume that it's cold because to justify this jacket. And like just a basic, very practical top, like normal clothes for the most part, except that the boots she's wearing are more combat boots, like fashionable but utilitarian, I guess. And she's feeding the ducks. she's throwing grapes at the ducks, and that's kind of her big intro. Like she's walking up, feeding these ducks these green grapes, and she's got dark brown hair that's been swept back into a utilitarian ponytail. And for the most part, she's got a normal featured, like she stands pretty tall. She's at 5'8". She walks with the confidence of a predator. You know how like a big cat or a big like a top of the food chain predator walks with that sort of swagger. That's kind of her vibe. If I will say that, like I know more ways to kill you than I know a situation.
So we've got these three like goddamn predators. It's like just these people that know how to handle their shit. And you all make each other. Like you all recognize and for you, Jude, it would have been mentioned in the contract. Um for you, Vanya, it was part of the subtitles in your movie. So you're all aware of each other.
Now, as cool as everybody looks, as soon as I see whoever first, I'm like, get up just to like greet, or like welcome people over to my table or whatever. But I bump this table and my laptop almost goes off the other side. And I'm like scrambling to, and then, looking cool. This agent is like, it's the week after he's completed his partner stuff. Like he was partnered with I forget what Agent J's partner was in the movie. But he had
K.
Yeah, Agent K. So they he's just completed this. And this is his first solo mission, so he's a little nervous.
Heck yeah. I'm going to say it is around like we're getting closer to the evening side of things. And that's when you all hear, "Give me back my dog!" And you see somebody running with a pooch.
Is that anybody on our list?
No, just a random crime happening right now, right in front of all three of you.
Another day here in the city.
How would any of you like to act?
Toward or away from us with the pooch?
What's up?
Toward or away from us?
Away from you. Like they're trying to get to the nearest exit.
How close are they to like the duck pond and where Vanya is?
They would be running past you to get to the exit.
Perfect. Vanya's just going to look at this person, shake her head, stick her foot out so they could trip.
What combination of attribute and skill would you like to use for this?
Let me take a
we
look
rolled
at my
dice.
character sheet. I
Mhm.
forgot that we rolled things in this game. What? Whoops. Let's see. So I think because this is a combination of like experience, can I trying to think of like what skills would make sense because it'd be under skills, right? Not attributes.
So yes,
Okay.
when you have your character sheet,
Mhm.
just a second here. On the bottom left side of the screen, you'll see the skills with awareness, cool, detect, and on the right side, that's where your attributes are, and you can click it and switch them to your liking. You never have to ask me, can I? You can just pick whatever you want, but you just have to paint the picture using those paints.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna use her fight and her awareness to do this. I don't have to click on anything, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make sure I get these rolls right. So I think she kind of spies this and just goes, "Oh, this is easy. This is so elementary," and like sticks her foot out to just stop this in its tracks, quite literally.
This
with
is
it.
going to be just a basic difficulty. So
Okay.
that means you're only going to need one of a kind, one pair, two of a
Okay,
kind.
so two dice. I don't do I.
Oh, so you roll all. So you roll however many you have in that attribute in that skill. So you are rolling.
4 things. It's a 3 and a 1.
Let me go ahead and pick up your character sheet here real quick. And which ones did you say you were picking again?
Fight and awareness.
Fight and awareness. Cool, cool, cool. So that would be a total of. Fight is the skill.
Oh.
Brawn, nerve, smooth, focus, and crime are the attributes.
Okay, so I roll the number of dice according to the attributes.
The attributes plus the skill.
Okay, so if fight is 3, that's 3 dice, and then the attributes involved are crime and brawn, so that's another 3 dice for brawn. Is that correct? Am I doing that?
So if you're picking brawn, that's 3 dice, and you're picking fight, that's 3 dice, so that's 6 dice in total.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that's 6 dice in total. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. Let's go. Okay, I have triple 5s and 1 6.
Cool, cool, cool. Triple 5s, that is a critical success. So tell me what this looks like as this person is running with this just can't be bothered Shih Tzu. That's just like, well, this might as well happen today.
I think Vanya has the same attitude as the Shih Tzu, honestly. Like I can't be bothered with this nonsense today. Like she throws it all kind of happens in one fluid movement. She throws the grapes to the ducks, sticks her foot out, watches the guy fall, and when he hits the ground, she looks down at him and says, "You should slow down. You're going to scare my ducks."
I would love to color the scene a little bit more if you don't mind.
Yes,
But
please.
as they're tripping and falling, they let go of the Shih Tzu who goes into the air. And again, not even a yelp, just okay, fine. I guess this is happening. And I would love to offer you the ability to catch the pup.
People absolutely hold her hand out and catch the Shih Tzu effortlessly.
Shih Tzu's looking at you like, I think I like you. Like you get the panting and the tongue out.
This is great. I've never met a Shih Tzu this chill. Like, this is great.
She looks at the Shih Tzu and it's like, "I like you, but you probably have an owner, do you not?"
And it's at that point this older homeless man walks over to you. Oh, you got my princess. Thank you.
She looks at the Shih Tzu and then looks at the guy, like just to kind of gauge how the Shih Tzu feels about their owner.
The Shih Tzu is looking at him, looking at you, and you can tell like there is judgment, but they do love their guy. So
Okay.
they come over. You gotta stay with me, princess. And you can just see Princess trotting off, not listening.
Leash your dogs, people.
By having leash. This is how they get eaten by big predators like alligators.
You hear that? That's how you get eaten by alligators. While this was happening, Vanya was doing this. What were you two doing?
June was just starting to prep Moose to go in, like have their hand on the leash, and for what it's worth, have themselves to the outside of the street and traffic. See that it's handled. Keeps the leash on, because by default, hey, guess what? Even though they're a trained dog, hey, guess what? The leash stays on.
Because at least it can put other people at ease. You know, like, yeah, you know your dog is well behaved, but they don't.
And their dog might not be.
Yeah.
In my grand one shot about assassins and aliens, the moral of the story is leash your fucking dogs.
Yep.
It's amazing. I love it.
Agent Q is getting up to like has settled the computer and then folds the computer and then folds it a couple more times in an impossible way that it is now about the size of a cell phone that he slips into his inner pocket. And
Please give that an adrenaline, thank you.
I will in fact give that adrenaline. In fact, Vanya, I owe you an adrenaline as well. And because I have been forgetting to call adrenaline at all, June, that'll get you a spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Okay. I don't remember how to use these, but I'm sure you'll call it out when I need to.
Whenever you're doing a roll, if you want to add an extra die, you could just spin an adrenaline to do so.
Okay.
And there are some feats that have the little lightning bolt next to them. You need adrenaline to activate those feats.
Oh yeah, both. I have 2 feats like that. Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now you have 2 adrenaline because it's the first one I awarded, and we've been going on for a while. So I've got to pick up the pace and how I give out these adrenalines.
Well,
but I would like to offer you, since these 2 assassins have been kind of keeping tabs on the situation, I would like to offer you an adrenaline to allow them to have seen the impossibly small folding of the computer.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
All right. So you all spotted that.
Okay.
And I'd like to walk up to June and Moose and have the like I want to address Moose, right? Like, Moose, I presume. And who is this?
Indeed. I like your phone. Samsung?
It's from a little further away than that.
June, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Shakes hands. Offers a hand to Moose. Moose shakes. Yeah, okay.
Vanya, you see 2 of the people you were told to be on the lookout for initiating greetings. What would you like to do?
She finishes feeding the ducks, like does this with her hands, like all on day. She like looks to the guy to see if he's still on the ground, and like
he's just going
waves him off, like
just holding his knee.
she looks at him and says, "Oh, that's what happens. That is called karma. Enjoy." And like
he could have been an adventurer, but he took a Vanya to the knee.
Yeah, took a Vanya to the knee. She walks away from him, like doesn't offer any help, doesn't call for help, doesn't call the cops, nothing, just lets him sit there and suffer like Peter Griffin, and walks towards the other 2, and sort of like stands deliberately like kind of stands behind Agent Q, and taps him on the shoulder, and says, "You must be the person I am supposed to meet."
Oh. Hello. Yes, I'm Agent Q. And this is Moose and June. You're Vanya?
Yes, I'm Vanya. Good to meet you. And she extends her hand first to you, Agent Q, and then to June and to Moose.
Nora, how detailed was the firm about the specifics of with whom I would be working?
The firm told you that you would be meeting an individual from the Creed. They fundamentally don't have any information about them. Like the fact that the contract mentioned, usually whenever the Creed is brought up in your contracts, they're probably going to try and get in your way, or you're trying to kill one of them.
Right.
Or for the love of God, don't get spotted by one of them.
Yeah, get there before the Creed does. Yeah.
Right. So the fact that you're working alongside someone from the Creed is kind of interesting. They did not have any information to give you. In fact, they had the same surveillance pictures that the agency had. They're all blurred.
Like, I think Vanya casually like puts her hands in her pockets and says, "Don't worry, they didn't tell me to kill you this time."
Easy.
Like,
Doesn't take their eyes off of Anya, just puts their hand on Moose's head and says, easy.
about Q, they would have told you that there is a potentially government funded operation that specializes in extraterrestrials,
Uh,
but that's really all they have on them, or at least all that they're willing to share with you.
Contract pays.
That's really all that matters.
I don't really ask where the passport of the target's from.
Yeah. All right. So I'm sensing a little bit of tension here. Understandable. Totally get it. However, I think we're all professionals here and we understand there's a job to do. Are we on the same page?
I'm certainly on that page.
Of course, I do what I'm paid to do, and I wasn't paid to kill anyone here, so you're all alive.
I'm grateful for that. That's great. Okay. So, my understanding is that our target would be here tonight. I'm hoping to get some intel. Were either of you planning on just making your move tonight?
Be as efficient as possible. So the faster we can eliminate the target, the better for me and for everyone involved. She shoots a pointed look at June and a moose.
Princess, the Shih Tzu, comes running by all three of you. And where you see Princess, if you turn your head to see Princess, behind you, you see the homeless gentleman. So sorry to bother you folks. I just my dog ran off again. Princess, come on. I was told to send you all a message, if you don't mind. Vincent Casanero is a good friend of people that I know, and they told me that there's gonna be some folks around here, and to deliver a message once I'm pretty sure that I got the right ones, and I'm pretty sure I got the right ones. Don't try it. In fact, it might be more worth your while if you don't. And you see, he pulls out a case with a sleeve of gold coins. Now, June, you know what this is. This is the currency of your world. Just goes. It'd make more sense if y'all were friends with Vincent than dead. But
This isn't. I don't know how to do Men in Black gear, but I feel like there's probably a glasses setting to be able to see through most alien identities.
if you can think it, then it's real. So you tell me what these glasses do, and tell me the stats you want to roll to try and perceive something.
I want to roll awareness, but plus brain. Focus.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking about no, but no isn't about like.
No, it's about knowing things.
Yeah, it's not noticing.
Like recalling. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say I'll give you an adrenaline for the creative use of your concept, and I will give you +1 on the die because we're just imagining that you have the tool for this job, and it's a tool that makes sense that you would have.
Okay, so what does +1 on the die do?
+1 means you get to add an additional die.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna just immediately spend that. No. I'm gonna acquire the adrenaline, and then I'm gonna click to roll this. Then what? Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm clicking the number on awareness, and then OG,
So
coin, and D6.
so what you're gonna want to hit OG because that adds an additional die to it,
Okay.
and then you just go ahead and hit roll. That is a basic success, and that's really all you'll need for this.
Okay.
You've got gear specifically for what you're trying to do, and you see that underneath the visage of an old, shabby, homeless man is actually this is a human suit. This is something that your organization gives out to newly arrived
Right.
aliens to fit in.
So they don't have to kill somebody to make one. It's just
Right.
Yeah.
No sugar in the water. What you see underneath the human suit is a very bird-like alien species. They function as messengers. Like that's kind of their deal. They love passing information. It actually stimulates them in kind of a way. Like it's like, you know how after jogging or after like doing some kind of exercise you get endorphins and you
Yeah.
feel good. Delivering messages does that for them.
Okay.
Their
Cool.
physiology is just completely different. So you can tell by doing this, like he doesn't have any beef.
Right.
He was told to give a message. It's just like, hey, you want a free sandwich? Like, yeah, he's
Okay.
doing it for the love of the game. So
All right. Thank you. Message received.
you got anything you want me to tell them a response or something like that?
I look at the other two. I'm like, I would like to talk to him. I don't know if that's within your remit.
Oh, they're gonna be right there.
Well, sorry, I'm asking Vanya and June.
Oh,
How do you
I
feel
can
about
talk
that?
to whomever I like. Ends the same way. But talking first is fine.
that was a threat.
I'm not used to playing with my food, but if you'd like to, I suppose that is fine. It is a team effort after all.
Well, you're not gonna eat him though, right?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Great. Just making sure. I mean, that
It's a
is.
metaphor.
I've had to deal with that before, and that's a whole thing.
Yeah,
So,
what's
okay.
that one alien that tastes like chicken? That's a bit different, but you know,
Huh.
it's very circumstantial.
You see the homeless man get very nervous at the mention of eating chicken.
Anya literally looks at him, gives him a smile and a wink.
I'm gonna pop off to my car and grab something real quick while they're wrapping this up.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to ask. This is a reaction. So when I ask for a roll, it is what I ask for. Unless you have a feat that's like, go fuck yourself. I'm going to pick this instead. But I'm going to ask you all to roll me an awareness. Let's say crime.
Is this the kind of sensory task that I might have a little bit of heads up from?
Unfortunately, not.
That's perfectly fine. I'm simply gonna ask.
No, it makes sense to ask. And let's see if I can.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. What was the difficulty?
This is going to be a critical difficulty, so that means you need at least 3 of a kind.
Okay.
Could I activate intuition for this?
Intuition says what?
Ask the director for a clue or suggestion, or find a weak spot, but to notice hidden details that other people miss.
I'll give you an extra die.
Okay.
I'll give you an extra die for that. Yeah.
Do I spend adrenaline to get that?
If the feat is an adrenaline one, then yeah, you're spending.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll get a free reroll.
Okay. Cool.
That's a critical. That's exactly what
Oh,
you needed.
Wait. Hold on. I rolled focus by accident.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that again with crime, which is much lower.
Once more with crime.
Basic success. You can't. You do have that free reroll, so that means you can reroll the snake eye, the one that doesn't match.
Ah, okay.
Just a basic success.
Yep.
What about you, Vanya and June?
Nothing. No matching.
I've got a crit and a basic, but it doesn't sound like there's a third basic that we can combo someone to success.
Nope. So here's the fun thing about this system. This is a roll that I asked you all to make, and there were some failures. Critical success is a 3 of a kind. If somebody were to have gotten a extreme success, which is 4 of a kind, an extreme success is equal to 3 critical successes. So that means that somebody could break apart their extreme success to have 1 critical success for themselves and to pass 2 critical successes to someone else.
Wow, that's cool.
So if one person in the party succeeds, depending on how well they succeeded, they can make other people succeed as well. That's true in combat, chases, reactions, the whole shebang, because you're a team.
Yeah.
But we do have 1 success. So June, as you're starting to walk away, your eyes. You tell me how you spot a sniper on a skyscraper about 7 city blocks away. You're muted.
I don't know what mirrored objects people are constantly having on them, but this is the giveaway, and it's so basic, it's so fundamental. Don't be out in an open area on a sunny day with a reflective object. I thought we learned this years and years and years ago, and yet here we are. I'm seeing reflections on sidewalks and tracing them right back. Some people just have no professionalism.
So June, as you're walking away, you spot this. The 2 that are still there, our messenger friend goes, you need to understand, this is one of those you got to give me an answer right now type deals. Like, are you standing down, or are you going to continue your mission? Personally, don't got a leg in this fight, but if you say no, then some things are going to happen that you probably won't like. So I'm like, I'm just a guy, but I'd recommend that you take the code and you go about your business. But
Well, we want to have a conversation with the guy. Is that a problem?
he's not going to see you until you say yes. So
Yes to not completing the mission right now.
Mhm.
I
not right now, just like, knock it off in general is kind of the vibe that I was getting. So,
yes.
and you? And he looks at Vanya.
Vanya like looks at him for a long time. And she says, "Oh, the crispy chicken sandwich. That's what I'm thinking of." But that's beside the point. If that is the person I'm working with, and if he says we are going to stand down, we'll stand down. I'm in it for the money anyway. If you can
Okay.
pay me more than the contractors, sure.
And he just now notices that Jude is gone and goes, oh, oops. And that is when the 2 of you see that there are red dots on both of you. I think I messed this one. And he just gets shot in the head.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Vanya is not surprised at all, and the reason she said crispy chicken sandwich is because she realized this man was gonna die. Like,
Now, Agent Q, you are aware that they just shot this individual in the head. What you also know is that all of their vitals are nowhere near the head.
Yeah.
So this person is down, but like very clearly the people who shot did not know the truth of this person's existence.
Yeah.
So like, well, the human shell is all dead. With your glasses, you can kind of see on the inside. Where it's just like, ow!
Yeah.
This sucks.
I'm gonna, hit the deck next to him and be like, just play dead. And I put a little like beacon on him that summons the 011
The pickup.
ambulance.
Awesome. But you all are now under fire. I'm going to need an awareness nerves
awareness.
to
Okay.
start ducking and dodging. June, that's gonna be you too. I'm gonna say you're trained well enough to hear the silent sniper shot. You look back and you see the messenger caught one in the dome piece.
Yeah, because
Um,
I had the foreknowledge something like this is going wrong. As quickly as I can, I'm getting into my car because that has a blocking angle
Okay,
versus the skyscraper.
I'm going to give you an additional die. This is going to require a critical success.
It was nerves.
Nerves,
Awareness.
awareness.
Yeah, so we
Awareness.
just click. So how does that work? We click awareness and then we click nerves.
Yeah, so on the drop down menu, you're
Mhm.
gonna select nerves, and then you're going to press the skill, and then you're gonna hit roll.
I see. Okay.
I added adrenaline to mine.
Yeah, this is where you might want to spend adrenaline because if you have a low dice count,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I would like to spend an adrenaline. That gives me a reroll, correct?
No,
Does that
that
work?
lets you add an additional die. So
Okay.
once you select the skill, you'll see OG coin and D6 pop up above the roll button. You're gonna hit OG because that'll add an additional roll for you.
Okay. I think I already rolled.
Oh no, I did that. That was me.
Okay. So try again then.
Mhm.
All right.
This was
Yeah.
a one crit reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Okay.
wait, I don't think I did this right. It doesn't want to roll for me anymore. It's like, no.
Hold on, that might be because I'm in your character sheet. I backed out of it. Now you're good to go.
Okay. So awareness nerves. And then I hit OG, right? You said?
Mhm. And
Okay.
then you hit the big white button. That is the roll.
One basic success.
Okay, so you needed a critical success, so I would allow you to re-roll. And essentially you'll want to re-roll you'll want to re-roll the ones that don't match to try and get a critical success here.
So do I re-roll both? Like, do I click on them?
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
yep, you just click on the one that looks like a bull and then the one that looks like a Pokeball, and then you hit roll. Now you got a critical success.
Yes.
All right, so um first off, what did everybody roll?
I got a basic success.
Okay.
Success.
In June, what did you get?
Extreme.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can crack that open and help you.
Okay. So Q, you're just a second behind.
Well, I
And
had
the
to
shop
stop to put the beacon on this Birdman, so
that is
yeah.
true. So you're doing your duty as a member of the agency to like let the extraterrestrial know, like, hey, stay down, but
Yeah.
somebody's coming to help you. And that's when that's when you hear the ping as the bullet is coming toward you. June, how do you save Agent Q from getting shot?
The pring is off of their curiously armored Subaru.
Yes.
They'd been going to the car. Moose is now in the car. And so they drive up, just kind of pull up with a good old tire screech and fishtail just enough that the bullet hits the top back of their car as they throw a leash out the window to Q and Vanya to scoop up the Shih Tzu, who keeps getting away.
Yeah.
They had been going for the extra leash in their car.
So I'm very curious. So a bullet is about to hit you, Q, and a Subaru just pulls up out of nowhere,
Just
taking that
drifts
bullet
and
for
blocks
you.
the shot. And yeah, I love
So
it.
Vanya-
that's still-
I feel like
Vanya-
June should get adrenaline for that. Honestly, that
Yes.
kicks ass.
Yes.
I'll give you adrenaline for that. That's awesome.
It was
Um,
fantastic.
Thank you for calling it out. Jason, you get a spotlight. Vanya, how do you dodge? I'm going to let you paint this picture all on your own.
The look of disdain that is on Vanya's face at the audacity of like someone trying to snipe her of all people really just takes a step to the side and watches the bullet miss. And then does this, like, I see you, and points in the direction of the sniper rifle. Like, I will be coming for you.
Oh my God. Take an adrenaline. That's fucking. I can see the movie where like the sniper just ping, 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 like sees it's you, gets nervous, shoots, watch you sidestep it, and then threaten them, and it's just like, okay. Are you all getting in the Subaru?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I think Vanya's dragging the corpse as well. Like,
Oh.
Subaru.
Oh well, hold on. I think I've
Yeah.
got a quick it's okay. He needs to stay
Okay.
here. He
Yeah,
helps
if you
on the
tell
way.
her, if you tell her that, she'll just be like, all right, well, no fried chicken sandwich for me.
And so you all get in the car. Thank you, Sam. And this will activate our chase sequence. Now, would we like to take a quick break before we go into our chase sequence?
Good. Either way.
I'm good to
Okay.
keep rolling
I was
through,
just-
but I'm
I was
happy to
just-
break.
I was just checking all you guys. All right.
I'm
Cool.
good to go.
All right, then awesome. This is how chases work. You start off with the need score, right? So I'm gonna make this a relatively quick chase. So we're gonna make the need score 10. This is just a plot car, so I'm gonna say that since it's a normal car, it starts with a speed of 0. Let me go ahead and make this chase. All right. The way this works is that every round there's an action round and a reaction round. The driver is the only one that has to act on the action round because they're the ones driving. You have to score at least a critical success to raise your speed. Everybody else can attempt to help. And if you roll a critical success in whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. You tell me how you're trying to help. If you roll a critical success, you successfully raise the speed. That's the action phase. The reaction phase is whoever you're chasing, whatever the goal, they're going to push back. And very much like I had you dodge the bullets, you're all going to make a reaction roll. For every person that fails, the speed is reduced by 1. At the end of that round, whatever the speed's at, we subtract that by the need score. So if all 3 of you help and none of you fail during the reaction, that brings the speed at 3. which knocks your need score down to 7. And we do this until either the car is destroyed or you hit your needs, or you hit the need score. Make sense? All right.
I
Only
have
if you
one
need to drive it
question.
like broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Who sat shotgun? Who sat in the back seat?
Vanya's in the back seat.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
so
then.
sorry. You sat on a squeaky toy, and now there is a moose with ears that is so attentive to you. You just made the squeaky toy squeak. That was the additional detail I needed to set the scene while we drive away at speed under fire. Let's go.
All right.
Love it. So, we're going to start with the most basic, which is a drive nerve score from our driver. Now, the other thing is, if you can't think of a way to help, what you can do is you can take the help action, which you can give to anybody, and that gives them an additional die on whatever role they're doing next. So if you just want to help the driver, you could go, I help the driver by blah.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is, if the driver rolls a jackpot, which is 6 of a kind, they automatically win the chase.
I don't
Or
have
if-
the dice for that. I thought it
Or
was
if
5 of a kind.
somebody just wants to
No,
spin the
that's- yeah.
spotlight, you could just win the chase.
So,
So there are a couple of break glass in case of emergencies for this.
I have a question for the. I don't know if I'm the most car guy here. I might be.
Mhm.
Is the Subaru like a souped up hood scoop?
WRX?
Like, you know, like making all kinds of great noise, or it's like a
Do you have
Subaru
dots in
Outback
there,
that
like-
you take to the grocery store.
It's got a little bit of aftermarket, like they might have swapped some elements of the chassis for something a little bit more armored, but there's nothing under the. It's a Subaru to take the dog to the dog park.
Okay.
I'm sorry, like I know which one you're thinking of, the Subaru WRX.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this is a Subaru Forester.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to know. Armored is
100%.
great, but
It's a
that
Subaru of the culture.
factors into what I'm going to try to do.
awesome. And so, driver, give me your drive nerves. Well, actually, no. This is your action phase. So you tell me what you would like to do.
I'd like to pitch something before the drive check as an assist or just as whatever. But Agent Q, like hopping into the passenger seat, puts a seatbelt on, and holds up a strange little device about the size of a silver dollar, and says, June, this seems like a great car. Do you mind if we apply a little fuel additive?
Why not? It's out of warranty.
Awesome. So he has you like hit the lever that opens the fuel tank door, and flips this coin out the window so that it into the like where you put the fuel nozzle. And it should soup up the engine if my fix roll goes well.
Or turn
Okay.
the engine to soup, one or the other.
Yeah.
Don't
What's the
fail.
difference? Also, I even double checked. The Subaru gas tank is on the right side of the car where I'm
Thank
sitting.
you. I was wondering this as well.
Google it real quick, just make sure.
I've also had 3 Subarus in my life, so I'm a big
Perfect.
The immersion, though.
fan. So should I roll fix now, or do we figure out other stuff first?
You're gonna roll first.
Okay, so I'm
Before
gonna spend an
fist-
adrenaline because I really want this to be cool.
Let's go. Be cool. Be cool.
Come on.
That's 2 basic successes, which means that you can spend one of your basic successes to re-roll it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's keep the. Do I re-roll everything or?
You get to choose which die you re-roll.
Okay.
If you roll better than the last time, you lose the success that you handed over as collateral. If you roll better, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, how do I engage that reroll here?
So you just click on the die that you want to reroll.
Uh-huh.
And then once you do that, the option to reroll should appear underneath the.
So I can reroll all of the other dice.
Mm-hmm.
So like I could just keep the skulls and then.
You could keep the skulls and the stars. Yep.
Okay, I'll keep the skulls. Okay, 4
One
success.
extreme
Or a 4 of a kind.
success.
Ooh.
And a basic success. Okay.
So I just want to add a little bit. We get the cinematic CGI, the camera like swooping around, dives into the gas tank and follows this thing as it like disintegrates into nanotech bullshit that, you know, gets fired up into the engine and starts like rebuilding parts of the engine. And yeah.
Okay. And so that raises the speed from 0 to, I do believe, an extreme success jumps it to 2.
I believe so.
So you're just like, as soon as that's in there.
Yeah.
Driver, what would you like to do?
If I don't have to do the canonical skill, here's what I will put to you. I have always at every moment in my life driven with perfect judgment.
Okay.
I now drive with better judgment, but if I were not to have, there's a certain sort of anticipation of what is ahead in traffic when you're trying to do weaving maneuvers, which again, I've never done because safety in vehicles is important, and I believe that now, and I definitely also always did. There's an awareness to it, frankly. There's an anticipation where you look ahead at this gap will close, so I don't take that one. I take this one, and then I cut in ahead. And then I ride behind this one until that car passes, and then I pass.
Okay.
I would put to you nerves awareness. Happy to do nerves drive.
I just opened up the book to check. Action turn. During an action turn, the driver and other heroes are free to take any action they think will increase their speed.
I roll flirt.
Go for it. If you could justify it, it works.
I mean, yes, of course. Flirting with the driver makes them go faster. Everyone knows this.
I have a player who built a character in this where flirt is their primary stat.
Love it.
Fast and flirtatious. That's
Yes.
the series, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fast and flirtious.
Let's get our roll here.
All right. Any help die on this or just the speed from the extreme?
Can Vanya give a help die? And I have to describe the action that she takes, right?
Right, but that also means that you can't take an action of your own because the action you're taking is helping, which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just letting you know.
Well, because this what I would like to do kind of works either as an independent action or as part of a help die, I think. But you tell me, because again, I'm new to this game.
Yeah, go for it.
So what I'd like to do is Vanya's going to take time to compliment this beautiful Malinois and be like, you are a good dog. You're a big brave dog, and now this big brave dog must move aside because I have a job to do. And she like gently like moves him to the side. Takes out her sniper rifle, lowers the window a little bit and takes aim at the sniper, like to eliminate an obstacle to us getting away. So like, that's why I said it could work either way.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give you the choice.
What if I give you the extra die? How many die will you be up to, June?
I'll be up at that point to 7.
I'm going to give you the extra die.
Okay.
If we can hit that jackpot.
And I will spend an adrenaline.
That brings you to 8. Okay.
8 of, in this game, the fewest you can roll is 2, and the most you can roll is 9 for scale. Okay, 1, 2. I have 4 pair.
Oh no. That's
Okay,
so-
disrespectful.
3 basic convert to 1 critical success. So that would be the
okay,
same as
okay.
rolling 1 crit, 1 basic.
and because you have that that extra pair, you could spin that to re-roll to try and get better.
Yep, I could. I could, but what would I like?
I mean, really, you've got nothing to lose because all you would lose is that
Yeah.
basic success.
Yeah, so if I just re-roll 2, then I still have a crit worth. I lose the basic and maybe don't get it back, or maybe get some additional.
Something
So
better.
let's try it.
Let's go.
It's
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing.
So now I have an extreme.
Yes.
that is going to raise your speed up to 4.
So that's an
Hell yeah.
extreme and 2 basic. Wow.
Now,
Okay.
the other thing to note your speed can only go up to 6, by the way. Um because that is top speed. Once you hit speed 5 and 6, that means that every roll you make is a gamble.
No.
Now, let me tell you what gamble rolls are. They function the same way as all the regular rolls. However, if you roll snake eyes, which it's the Pokeball symbol for the proprietary die, but if you're using physical die, it's 1. You lose 1 grit for each one or snake eye that you roll. Still counts towards the success. So if you get a jackpot of all snake eyes, congratulations, you got a jackpot, but you're losing 6 grit.
Oh.
And just for scale, everybody starts with 12 grit.
Well, grit. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so it is now the reaction turn.
Question.
Mhm.
Does that mean that Vanya hit the sniper?
I'm just about to tell you.
Okay, I'm excited.
So now you are in a full-fledged sniper battle because you look in your scope and you can see the sniper has like just a trickle of blood down their face. They dodged it by a second. And now it's just they line up again, and I'm going to need everyone to make me a nerves no a ooh, hold on 1 second. What am I making you roll? Yes, you. I will play you. I need you all to make me a nerves stealth to try and get low. Um, uh, 369. Hey, yeah. No, I need all of you to make, except you, Sam. I need all of you to make me a nerves stealth. I need you to make me a drive stealth. Oh
Okay.
no, a drive, nerves and drive. There you go. Oh, it's a puppy! I didn't know it was a fucking puppy!
Oh, look at the pupper. Can I spend an adrenaline to use a feature of mine called Vanish?
Yes, you can, and I know what it does. It fuck
She
you. This is about to be awesome.
so she so she sees that she missed, gets annoyed and looks at Moose like Moose is her co-conspirator and says, I hate it when they move. It makes it so much harder. And then uses this feature to kind of because are the windows of the Subaru tinted?
Uh,
Just ask.
Just a little, not so much that you get pulled over about it.
Like enough legally tinted. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. And I think she just kind of like she positions herself. She doesn't not use Moose as a shield. She's not gonna do that to a dog. She loves animals. But she kind of grabs Moose and like rolls him onto the floor of the Subaru so that they're both like they can't be seen from.
Oh, yeah. And I think Moose takes the hint because this is not usually the way he's asked to do this maneuver,
Mhm.
but go into the wheel, like the foot room is very familiar, and you can see him sort of flatten out
Yes.
and put his head onto the little thing in between the two footballs in the back seat, and the ears flatten against the back of the head.
It's so cute.
I gotta take the dog with me. Can't.
The
The
good
dog
boy. I don't know what to tell you. He's a good boy.
Yes, boy.
Listen, when you make a system based on John Wick, we're gonna love the dogs.
Yes.
We
When
got
you
some
make a system, we're gonna love the dog.
Dogs. Love the dogs. Pet the cats. Don't. There you go. Done.
Okay, so you're using Vanish. Go ahead and tell me what you do.
Okay, so that's kind of how she vanishes. She just vanishes from eyeline. She doesn't like teleport or anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's just getting out of eyeline by like rolling onto the floor of the Subaru with the dog.
Okay, so you don't need to make me a reaction. That's oof. Um, Q, you still need to make me a nerves stealth. And June, you still owe me a drive nerves.
Yep.
Right now, the speed that you're all at is 4.
Mhm.
Let's see if it stays. You need a critical.
Mm-hmm.
I got a basic
did.
success.
Yo, we match.
Again, you can spin your basic success to attempt a reroll.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. I did.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Okay.
This is where we are now.
Yeah, I'll try that.
It's on the other
Okie
side of
dokie.
that.
Oh, okay. I turned it into a critical success.
Okay. So that means that your speed is only going to drop to 3 as you all hear the sniper take another shot and hits the hood. And luckily it's an armored car, but it is enough to jostle the car enough where you're slowing down a bit to regain control of the car. That is going to drop our need from 10 to 7 as we go to our next action phase. So what we see is you just hauling ass with this souped up Subaru that's running on alien tech, driving almost impossibly fast. Um Vanya out the window takes a shot at the sniper, almost ends him. The sniper takes a shot back, shaking the car up, and now what do you all do?
So is there a car chasing us, or just the sniper is able to keep tracking us?
It seems strange. You would think would have driven out of eye line. But here we are. I will say to add some tension, you do notice that there are 3 black sedans that are now hopping onto the expressway with tinted windows. And it looks as though they're joining the chase.
Love that for us.
Does Chicago have a subway system?
Yes, we do.
Hmm.
There's going to be a pun about it fairly soon. I can feel it in my bones.
But see, you already feel it in your bones, so I think I just managed to live here rent free.
It's called the L.
Oh, it's a kiss. Thank you. Sorry, my dog has joined me on screen. If you're just listening, and she's being very cute and sitting here for a long time. She doesn't normally do this.
Oh,
So
It's so cute.
because
So
there's a dog in this scene.
tell me what you all like to do while I quickly run and grab a drink. Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe opening up a secret passage that the them in black can access to get us off the street. If that sounds like fun.
That sounds like fun. So
Do
what
you want to spend a spotlight about that?
Oh yeah, how does spotlight work?
So you say, I want to have a spotlight moment, and you have a few choices. But the choice that most people in my playtest have used is the I can do whatever I want one.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so if you'd like to end this chase, you can. If you like to keep the chase going and just force an extreme success, you can. You let me know what you want to do, and we'll find out how it fits with the spotlight.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about we head down a certain alleyway and then a ramp opens up and then we're in a sort of a disused side tunnel of the subway system.
Okay.
But that I also don't need to end the chase if we're having fun with that. Like
How y'all feel about like I feel like if the chase ends, as long as it ends awesome, I think we're all cool with that.
My only thing is that Vanya's gonna be out for that sniper's ass. Like she doesn't want to get alive. Like
All right.
that guy is screwed now.
Here's what I would like to put forth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a notion, namely, sniping from a moving vehicle is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And the sniper is a problem. And my colleague would benefit from a moment of focus. So let's say I brake and give just a hard right turn, so that Vanya can get one clear shot. And then maybe Q might direct me, hey, gun it down here afterward, so that Vanya will get a chance at that shot.
Yeah, I can also just do a move where it's like, oh, beep boop beep, I'm gonna give us all green lights or something. Like that's
right.
fine too.
For what we're asking for, I would like 2 spotlights. And then I will paint this for you, and you let me know if there's any alterations you would like to have made. Does that seem fair?
Yeah. To me.
All right. So who else would like to give up a spotlight?
Sure.
I can do that. Yeah.
All right. So we got one from Jason, and anyone else?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
All right. So go ahead and flip your coins. If you got tails, you get to keep your spotlights.
I need a
Oh.
coin. Is there one in TT?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you hit the logo, you'll see OG coin and D6.
Okay.
You don't need one, Vanya. I got you.
Oh, okay.
I'm a rich daddy like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
That is so you both get to keep. Oh no, those are both heads.
Okay.
Hold
Sorry,
on,
I didn't know if I was supposed to flip a coin or not.
no, Sam's gonna flip the coin.
Oh, then don't worry about me. Ignore me. I was just figuring out how it works.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of them were heads, unfortunately. So those are 2 spotlights now, but that's what they're for. So here's how the scene goes. The 3 sedans join the chase. Agent Q tells you tells you a location to drive to. Just trust them. There is a hard turn that you have to make before you can get to that location. And so it is a hard drift of a turn. And Vanya, you use this moment and do the math. And as the car is sliding, you aim like it looks like the opposite direction, and we follow the bullet as it shoots all the way in the wrong spot, hits the corner of a skyscraper, ricochets, and you see the sniper getting ready to zip line to the next skyscraper to continue shooting at you, and right in the middle, just right in the head, and they they fall and land on a cop car, crushing it below.
Oh no, the poor cop car.
Can I just make one revision?
Mm-hmm.
2 cop cars.
It lands on a cop car, which causes that cop car to immediately stop, and their partner behind them comes crushing into them from behind.
Thank you.
out of the crushed cop car, K9 officer dog goes running away to start a new life. No longer a cop.
Run free.
Freedom.
The three sedans are barely able to follow as you make this tight turn, and then zip off to an alleyway that looks to be a dead end. What do you say as you're like looking at the barrel of being caught in a dead end with these three cars? They will recover and be able to follow you.
Who?
Anybody. You
Oh.
like you HQ, you know this isn't a dead end.
Yeah.
That if you maintain a certain speed, the street will drop out from under you,
Yeah.
taking you to a secret, almost extraplanar tunneling system.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
But
so
nobody else in the car knows that. They just know that you told them to go 60 down an alleyway that barely has enough room for the car and leads to a dead end.
Yeah. So I assume June would like instinctively be slowing down a little bit.
I tend to when
Yeah.
I'm faced with the prospect of a head-on collision. Yeah.
No. 50. Keep it above 50.
What are you, Keanu Reeves?
Yes. Bomb on bus.
Do you do it?
He hasn't steered me wrong so far, and frankly, I can't think of another reason someone would tell me to go 50.
All right. And so literally seconds before you collide with like this apartment building, because that's what closes off and makes this alley a dead end, you feel like the ground drop from under you as you are now in a sleek, almost liquid metal looking tunnel with a glowing blue holographic road. And it seems as though the road is controlling the car more than you. You can even test and let go and feel that the car is being pushed forward like a canoe being pushed by the currents.
Yeah. The
So
the autoflow can take it if you want to take a break from driving. That's,
when were they going to update Google Maps with this?
I don't think that's going to be on Google Maps anytime soon. I'm sorry, it's hard to explain in a split second, but this is a system I'm used to getting around the city. Also, you're probably don't put gasoline in your car anymore. It
What am I supposed to put in there?
you don't need to put anything in there. But definitely don't put gasoline in there. Maybe water once a month. A little bit of water in the gas tank that's fine.
Water my car. Monthly. Easier than an orchid.
Yeah, it's
I am going to take liberties with this, if I may. Your car now has life in it that feeds off of kinetic energy. It is kind of like a symbiotic relationship where your car will forever read empty, but you will need to drive it or the car will die. Like the
Some
car.
kind of thermophilic microbe whose byproducts
Right.
benefit from,
Yeah.
or ultimately are very combustible and lovely.
Its waste is combustion, but it feeds on kinetics.
Yep,
Kinetic
I'm
energy.
driving on microbe poop. Let's go.
yeah.
And this
It
is
also-
My car may contain science.
Sometimes they can get a little bit of a personality, not like a full person, but just it doesn't always happen. Just be aware. Sometimes it could get a little. Yeah, it's hard to explain. It may not even come up.
Vanya looks at Moose as like all this explanation's happening, and they both kind of go,
Mm.
"All right."
The ears had been back before we went into this, and at the point where Vanya looks, They spring back up.
This is why I want to run a campaign of this, because I need you all to understand now the assassins are aware of this road and everything they learned here. This other side of the world is gonna learn. I love this. Anyway, you all come out of the sleek road gives way to a dingy looking mechanic shop, but it's like a mechanic shop that is elongated. Go for it.
Can I say most of the entrances and exits are in car washes?
I was thinking mechanic shops, but you are absolutely right. Like it's so the silvery flowy liquid metal gives way to, you feel your car get put on tracks, and then you see the scrubber scrubbing the car, and then the pink and green soaps like
Smells
on the
so
windshield.
good in there. I love that stuff.
Vanya rolls the window up because she had it rolled down last night, so she's like frantically pushing the button, like, oh no.
Moose is pawing at suds on his ear.
Oh yeah,
I wanted this movie to exist.
and I had put my window up already. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I should have mentioned that.
You just hear Vanya cursing and like in a foreign language.
And you come out of a car wash with your car squeaky clean. Your interior's a little damp, but there is a gentleman in the car wash uniform that as the car gets off of the tracks, comes and knocks on the driver's side window. Just checking to make sure everything's okay. Q, you recognize this as a member of the agency.
Oh
just confirming.
Yeah, so I lean forward and show my ID.
Oh, okay, of course. All right. And here, of course, is your complimentary air freshener. It is in the shape of a flying saucer.
Perfect.
Love it.
With an indescribable strange scent. It's the most popular one anywhere.
Better yet, it smells like whatever your favorite smell is, and if you can't smell, you get aftertaste that of a meal that you really like.
Yeah.
I block Moose from trying to climb over the armrest immediately. I don't know what kind of steak or something that dog's smelling, but no.
You see in Moose's eyes like there's so much meat.
Yeah. And it's like old too. It's like day old bacon. Like dogs love it to be a little mealy.
Yeah, so it's just like
the Beggin' Strips commercial. It's bacon.
Yep.
All right. And so you also realize that you're only a block away from Navy Pier. It's almost as if the road felt where you needed to go and dropped you off at the nearest stop.
We went down the road?
Down
the road?
Down the road. Down the alien road. And so me too, it's so good. You're very close to your target now. What would you all like to do?
Hey, just so it's been said, this guy has given up his opportunity to chat with us, and I'm fine with whatever happens next.
Good. Then we will have to think of this strategically. Do we know what he's up? We have no idea what he's doing at this pier or what he's setting up for.
Dixie, I think we lost some of your volume.
Oh, is this better or
yes.
worse?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, eat the mic. Consume
I leaned too far back, and my mic was like, "What are you doing, you fool?"
Come back here. We need you.
I just
Yes.
want everybody to hear what you're saying.
Yes, no, and she said, good, then we are going to have to strategize to eliminate this person as soon as possible. We don't have any idea what he's doing at the pier, do we? Is he building a weapon? Does he plan to destroy the world? Is he a cartoon villain? What is this?
Agent Q, you remember from your briefing that they were meeting with someone by the name of the Shadow, which doesn't seem to be of any importance
Okay.
to them.
Well, I could tell you, our information said he was meeting with someone called the Shadow, but we didn't have any data on who that is.
Do either of the assassins know who the Shadow is?
Roll me. This would be a no check.
Okay.
KNOW.
Just like that. That's what I'm looking for.
So it would
Oops.
be focus no.
Okay.
I think they should have
Okay.
called it knowledge.
Oh, there it is.
Probably.
No. No. Okay.
No, you give me that no check. I'll even let you roll it with an extra die because you are connected to the underworld.
Okay.
Two
Doubles.
basic successes. I will say with two basic successes, you are aware that that name has been attached to an extraordinarily mysterious and ridiculously rich individual. June, what did you get?
So I rolled a basic initially. So I risked it for the biscuit on a reroll, and that got me up to an extreme.
With it kind of makes more sense that you would know a bit more about it since the firm is more concerned with politics and finances than the Creed. The Creed, they find the problems and get rid of it.
Spoken like people who haven't been interfering with European politics for centuries, but sure, pop off.
But they do it in like a spiritual way. It's very strange.
Sure, it's very spiritual. This is why we spiritually split off from their ass. Yes, continuing.
Keep going. I'm hearing some dog bullshit in the other room, so
Okay.
I'll be right
Go
back.
deal
Yeah,
with
I'm
your
hearing
dog
it from the
bullshit.
back seat, Moose.
Yeah. Dang it.
What you know, June, is that the Shadow is the puppeteer of most governments. They are the ones behind like your Black Rocks. They're the ones behind military contracting companies. They have thousands of shell companies, and it's very rare for them to show up in person. Like, nope. The way people speak about the Baba Yaga,
Yeah.
that's how they speak about the Shadow.
So Casanero is a person who would be worth the shadow being
In person.
in person touching grass.
Yes. And that's why like everybody that's why the agencies are reluctantly working together, because it's like you don't get a shot like this very often. Like Castanaro has been on Terra for some time, but they don't sprout out often. So it's like these two very powerful and rich entities agreeing to meet for some reason, and it's got all of the underworld nervous.
Okay. So June is going through the glove box, putting some extra shotgun shells into their little fanny pack with the little roll of dog bags that goes in there as they ask Vanya, what do your people believe about extra credit?
Extra credit? What do you mean?
Oh, Agent Q said this Casanero was meeting with the Shadow?
I only know that he is a rich billionaire, but not much more than that.
Let's just say he's a rich billionaire worth getting in a 2-for-1 deal with Casanero.
She thinks about this for a minute. All right. Then 2-for-1 it is. Just this once.
Just this once. And they pause for a moment. Then they put out their hand to Vanya.
Vanya looks at it for a moment. Like, is this hand extended to like a shake? Like a shake?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I interpreted the gesture correctly. And she takes it and gives it a firm shake.
It's at this moment that you feel something drop into your lap. It is Moose and that squeaky toy from earlier. And a very, very hopeful dog. But a very, very solemn June.
Are we still in the car?
Yeah.
At the end of that, I'm gonna say you make it to the parking lot, and it is very clear. It's still open to the public, but there's enough military vehicles, and if you know where to look, enough snipers' nests to let you know that while it's still open to the public, both the Shadow and Casanero seem prepared for some bullshit.
It seems that we are not going to get in there unnoticed. Not, at least not like this. She motions to herself.
Unless we're supposed to be here. And June will fish through their bag and start unclipping Moose's, like, kind of, I'm just a person in a park harness, to, I'm a working canine for a contractor of indeterminate origin harness.
Is the meeting happening inside a building somewhere? Are they outdoors? What?
It is happening inside a building. I will send you a picture of Navy Pier to give you an idea of what we're looking at. There's an inside and outside area.
Well, that's great. As soon as we're inside, this is as Agent Q. You know, once we're inside, every sniper is off the board, so that's helpful.
So the thing is, inside there's rafters all over. Like the inside of Navy Pier actually looks like a level from Batman Arkham Knight.
Well, yeah, but
like,
those are snipers we can see, right?
Oh yeah,
not
absolutely.
Snipers a kilometer away.
True. So yeah, you will be able to see everything that's coming to you.
So question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feature called
Yes.
Always Prepared. And I would like to spend an adrenaline to use it in this situation, if that's okay.
Absolutely. What are we looking at here? What does that do?
Always prepared. You always have an ace up your sleeve. You take out or retrieve a useful item, a piece of information, or a small, easy to hide weapon. And I think for this, she I think she pulls out a tablet because she debates for a moment because if a disguise might work, but it's only a temporary solution, especially if they already, because she figures like, okay, they've probably already vetted everyone who's going to be in the building. So if two randos show up, they're gonna notice like, oh, they're not vetted. They're probably gonna get killed.
Right.
She goes to her tablet and like sends an email to tipjar at tipjar@.co or whatever, pickyour.com. I mean, you can have a .beer now, so we'll just go tipjar.beer, and it says, what? It looks like the shadows are out to play today. Can you tell me more about them? And then like sends that off and waits for a response.
You get a message that says, "No one fears the pawn that's off the board." You recognize that as a message that you are going to get captured, but it's part of the plan.
Vanya like nods and looks at like the other two and says, "We should go in as we are, and let them do whatever they're going to do, as long as it doesn't, end in our being unalive. They can't afford that. And besides, I like moose. Now I have a new friend to make her to." She like squeezes the squeaky toy instead of like actually saying any words.
You just see Moose.
Yes.
Moose's flaw, for reference, y'all, is everything's a game. So that, and yet somehow that squeaky toy is like serious business we're about to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you all like to do?
So understanding, Vanya, you don't want to fight them?
Oh no, we have to at least pretend to fight them. If my sources of information are correct, the plan is to have them take us and pretend to be defeated.
Hmm.
No one fears the pawn that is off the board. Once we are a non-issue, we'll be free to do as we wish.
June?
June has shaken on this, and immediately after, it's like, hey, get captured. And you're getting the sense that June doesn't like losing at things. Even pretend.
Yeah.
We are
HQ
now
is
seeing-
like kind of in that vibe as well, but from the like type A student vibe,
We're now
lose
seeing the difference
fight.
between
Yeah.
the them in black and the firm and the creed.
Yeah.
She like sort of extends her hand. She like kind of processes and says, "Look, if anything, I can allow myself to get captured. That is a big deal, kind of, I think, maybe. But that's what they tell me sometimes. And you two can go undercover. But I will tell you this, the Shadow and this person were smart enough to send snipers after us the moment we met.
No, that's a good point. And
They probably vetted everyone in the building. If they don't
billionaires are an existential threat to Earth. My job is to defend the people of Earth from threats. If this is the right way to do things, I just have to call in that I'm going undercover, and I'll just be a minute. Okay?
Billionaires are an existential threat to Earth, and I'm here to defend Earth deserves an adrenaline.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Please go ahead and take that adrenaline, and Sam, please take your spotlight.
Woo!
And so it sounds like we have a plan then.
Totally off topic. I'm receiving a call from Scam Likely right now, and every time I'm like, "Ooh, Blake Lively!" Like, that's never.
Right.
No, that's not
Ryan
what's
Reynolds is
happening.
gonna beat your ass.
Hilarious.
I just got followed by somebody on one of the apps that's named Shadow. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm the
You're
game's
getting too close,
real.
Noir.
Getting too close, too close. Well, look, if we're not here tomorrow,
It was just a game. All right, so you all have. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, I just for fun, HQ doesn't get out of the car. He just like taps his ear twice, and then is clearly speaking, but can't be heard. Right? Is just like he's been muted to everyone else.
Take an adrenaline for that. Cool. I love the tech.
Yes.
Can I just say, all three of you have done a fantastic job of representing the factions that you're all in. Like, this feels like Altier got into a car with John Wick and Agent J. Like, this is really cool.
Awesome. And yeah, I'm just gonna let them know, like, I have to go undercover. It's gonna look like I'm captured. Don't send backup yet. This is the plan, and that's all. I just didn't want them to like send in the high threat response.
Agent Alpha goes, heard and received. And then you just hear in the background, is that Q? How's Q doing? And he's, please
Brian.
hurry back.
Dang it, Brian.
All right, and so there is a parking lot in Navy Pier, and there's a parking lot around Navy Pier. Which one do you all elect to take?
There is one thing that I would like to do.
Mhm.
And I think Vanya looks at June and says, we should at least have one element of surprise. And she looks to Moose. Can he go off leash and be relied upon?
I would also like to mention at this time that Princess is kind of also on the floor looking at
Did
Moose.
we bring Princess? Oh no!
Yeah,
she
well, I
jumped in the
mean, you
car.
said you. Wait,
I was
no,
gonna drag
because
the
we
body.
left the guy behind. I threw out the leash. So
Okay.
sort
Okay.
of mentally saw leash tied to like the jacket of the guy because I tossed the leash to
Okay.
y'all to
Okay.
take
Alright.
care of.
Then
And
I
never
did
since
not wanna take
Q
this
wanted the
man's
guy
dog.
to be there, like we
Okay.
wouldn't separate guy from dog. That would be
Yeah.
that would
Oh,
be
Okay.
bad.
Guys and Dogs is the new musical that I want.
Guys and Dogs, got it.
I have tickets somehow, and you only just said its name for the first time.
Yep.
All right, so
Best strip show ever.
All right, I'm so sorry I interrupted you, Vixie. What were you saying?
Yeah. So she was asking if
Can Moose be relied on off leash?
can
Okay.
be relied on off leash.
They clearly choke back a prideful first response. Yes.
I know, and I also to point out, Vanya wasn't asking this to be disrespectful. She just doesn't know. Like she doesn't know.
And
this.
that's exactly the
Yeah.
like. It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't know what a good dog is. You don't know. So I know.
Yes. So
Right. You also want them to know.
and she says, "Good. Then let him off leash, and when it is time, we surprise."
Okay.
That is my recommendation. You do not have to take it. I'm not trying to boss you around.
All right. So we doing it?
Yes.
Are we doing it before or after you find a place to park?
I think we're splitting off to two different intents. There is a team ostensibly a part of the security apparatus here, undercover and so on, and there's Vanya. The bait is not a perfect descriptor.
Fair
So I
enough.
want to park on the outside so that bait can split off from security apparatus.
Okie dokie. Then that means we're going to follow Vanya first. Vanya, you get out of the car as you watch your two allies continue on to find a place to park. You are directly in front of Navy Pier. What would you like to do? Like you could see and feel the security detail.
The first thing Vanya's gonna do is something completely that like doesn't make sense at all.
Mhm.
And she takes a lipstick out of her pocket and like puts on like this bright red lipstick. She's not casting friendship, I promise, but she like just puts on this lipstick. And like she looks to see if there's any kind of authority figure or something of that nature, because she's like, how do I make this not, she's thinking, how do I make this not look suspicious? Because her just randomly walking up is gonna get her sniped. So she just sort of stops and like looks around.
I'm not gonna make you roll. You've done enough infiltrations and everything to see that there is a very tall Middle Eastern gentleman in a very fancy suit with an earpiece and sunglasses. doing a very fantastic job of concealing the numerous amount of weapons that are hidden on their person. And the only reason that you know is because you employ the same skills with hiding your stuff. And he's kind of directing everybody around.
She walks towards him, and as she walks towards him, she starts dropping weapons from her coat, like one by one by one by one by one, until when she approaches him, she appears to have nothing left on her person. And she goes, "It's not profitable for me anymore to continue to chase, so I'd like to join your side. Or, well, you can use me as ransom."
Roll me an awareness. Let's say crime.
Awareness crime. Okay, got it, got it. Oh Lord.
And I'll give you a free reroll on this. You only need a basic success.
Okie doke. I think crime is one of my better stats, I think, or at least it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you're fine in crime.
Yes. I'm proficient in crime. I get an extra, did you say I get an extra die?
You get a free reroll.
Oh, free reroll. Sorry, I want to make sure I heard correctly.
You're good.
Which is good. I'm gonna need that reroll.
That was rude.
So-
Those dice were rude.
Yeah, terrible. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all you need. It was a basic success. What gives it away that he is a former member of your order?
Oh, oh, oh. She recognizes his ass. Like there is a moment in her mind just to put it mildly, she's like, "Is it that I cannot believe this bitch?" Like that moment of like recognition because she recognizes his face from another mission or another like bounty that maybe she was trying to get that she was competing with him for. Even and she's just like, "Is that you? Why did I even bother?" Like
His name is Eris, and he was excommunicated from the order in shame. When you transgress against the order, it is customary to take your own blade and deal
Okay.
with it, and he didn't, which is an even further mark of shame. And he looks at you and goes, "I came to my senses too. I've got this one. Hold everything down until I deal with them." And he takes you and cuffs you, if you will allow.
yeah, she absolutely she just puts herself. She's just like, oh, like she pretty much just puts her hands out there.
And he takes you to holding in the basement. And it's a tiny room, one light bulb, damp pipes, and he just pushes you in. And he
she's like,
closes the
she
door
turns
behind
back
him.
and looks at him and gives him a wink and says, "Good, I like it rough."
Roll flirt.
Yes.
Seven.
I will absolutely roll to flirt.
Go ahead, roll flirt.
Let's go.
Flirt. Flirt smooth.
Flirt smooth done.
All you need is a basic success.
Lord crime.
Oh, it's a fail. She tried.
He
She
looks
tried,
at,
but
right, rough. And he pushes you against the wall again. And there's only one chair. And he sits in it and he just goes, 6 years. 6 years. And now it's over. And he points to a loose brick in the wall.
okay. Vanya like looks at him for a minute, looks down at her cuffed hands, and then like at the brick. And she's like, you know, whenever you push buttons, a number of things can happen.
Like,
She walks over to the loose brick. What, like the cat that like knows it probably it's like that it should probably think about this or be cautious.
mm-hmm.
But Vanya but maintains eye contact with you as they do this thing. And instead of doing it with her hands that are bound or with her like foot, she makes it as sexy as possible and does it with her hips.
You knock the brick out, and he can't stop looking. And you see inside the robes of the assassins and a new set of concealed weapons. And a what piece of jewelry would represent rank in your creed?
Would be something practical because if you're gonna show off rank, you don't want it to be the reason you die.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a cufflink that you can put in the cuffs of your shirt.
You see the cufflinks that are 2 ranks higher than yours. And he goes, "Congratulations. You've got a promotion."
I feel very special, thank you.
Your friends, what can you tell me about them?
Well, she like walks over, like swagger, like she has that swagger as usual with like her handcuffs because this man has not bound her legs, so she can just wander around this tiny little room, and she's gonna do that. And she like deliberately like sits on the table in front of him, crosses her legs, and like sort of settles in to this very feminine, very, you know, suggestive. That's what I'm looking for, suggestive pose, and says, they're both from different places. And I don't mean countries, if that's what you're asking.
I'm familiar with where they're from. It's very difficult to wipe the files from the agency that your Q is from.
I'm a hard woman to place, what can I say?
They wanted you for this part of the mission.
Of course they did. They know I can't resist a pretty face.
He gets up. You can stop pretending that those handcuffs matter.
She slides them off. And she's like, at least you're smart.
There's been a complication. The shadow has not arrived at the proposed time.
Is the shadow planning on coming at all?
From everything that we knew, yes, but there's been word that there was commotion on his way here.
Would this have happened to have been a car chase in which a sniper was unfortunately dropped onto a couple of cop cars?
No, I'm very well aware that that was you.
I never miss, and he challenged me.
Well, I heard you missed once.
And only once.
Casanaro is still here. But your friends, in not coming with you, put themselves at great danger. You might be needed soon.
They should have listened to me, but you know how it goes. They're type A personalities.
Or maybe you're not as persuasive as you think you are.
She leans in and like gets right up close to his face and just says, I'm very persuasive. It just depends on the type of persuasion. I can make it very, very pleasurable, or I can make it hurt. Pick your poison. Sorry, I'm looking at Sam's reaction and I'm just like, dying.
I know, right? He's just gonna say it's hard to pick when the entire menu is so enticing. And with that, the camera switches over. Where do we find June and Agent Q?
So was our plan was to come in and make a ruckus?
My understanding was you were authorized for undercover.
Yeah, but we're supposed to like go in and lose a fight, right?
Vanya's already
Yeah,
been the
Vanya threw
pawn.
for us. That was the dropping the weapons and such.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
My weapons
so-
are currently scattered all over the pavement. You're welcome.
Yep, I know. I got eyes on them. So June, I can say, unzip the little Saturday morning at the dog park hoodie. Under that is a button-down black shirt. The yoga pants have been swapped for a pair of Dickies, and they have a walkie-talkie, an earpiece, and a clipboard.
Okay.
The uniform, if I go where I go,
Yeah.
I go here. And as Vanya had asked if we could trust Moose off leash and to sort of hold Moose back as an element of surprise, June has done so. And as they walk through across the parking lot toward the building, the Moose is tracking pretty far alongside them, and you can see them seem to bite on their lip piercing a little bit and blow through it every so often. I think Q, of all people, would recognize that they're effectively using herding dog whistles through a
Yeah.
little attachment to their lip piercing to guide Moose alongside, and Moose is jumping up the rafters and jumping down in order to keep pace, maybe 30 meters
Yeah.
away.
So we're coming in through the parking lot?
We were in the parking lot last we were left off, so
Yeah, okay.
that's what June is doing as we leave.
Cool.
Okay.
And so you're in this like casual but supposed to be here outfit?
I would say we're giving strong stage manager.
Yeah.
But
So
with an earpiece with the coil instead of the traditional headset.
as we get out of the car, I reach up and pull the hood from inside of my jacket, which then as I smooth the jacket down, it turns into this like hoodie material, and I flatten my tie out and it turns into the cheesy like tuxedo t-shirt. You know, like that it literally like flattens into the button-up shirt and is now just a t-shirt. So hoodie and t-shirt mode, and grab the Starbucks cup in your car, and I follow you around with that.
When am I going to see that at Old Navy?
Okay.
Wait, sorry, I missed what you said.
When am I going to see that at Old Navy?
Yeah.
Referring to the
All right. So as you get out of the car and you make your way inside, I am going to need a nerve stealth roll. This is going to be a critical success to see if you're able to successfully blend in, because these guys do know of you. And so
And on you, Moose.
let me know what you guys get.
Would you accept a speech roll?
Not unless you have a feat to make it that way.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me look at my feats again.
You ever get a roll result makes you like dizzy for a moment? Yeah, me neither.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just roll. So
Gotcha.
stealth what?
Stealth nerves.
Okay. I'm gonna spend an adrenaline.
Gotcha.
Okay, critical success.
Okay, that's exactly what you needed. And you, Jude?
All right, so I rolled a basic and I was like, that's not enough. So then I was like, well, this is going to be a dangerous thing to reroll because I can just end up with some failure after this. So I rerolled, and then all three of those dice matched my first pair of dice. So five, this many of a kind. They were all
Okay.
sixes too. So
Yahtzee.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So you all blend in effortlessly. And I'm going to say with that, you're able to overhear that the meeting is supposed to, the event is happening in the Shakespeare Theater, which is this big, beautiful theater that's in the back of Navy Pier. It kind of resembles almost like the Globe Theater. So it's you get an idea of what it's looking like. Um, and so would you like to try and make your way there, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, I mean, we look like stage crew. That seems like a solid plan.
All right.
Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Off of the back of the success, could I do just the quickest stealth takeout down, dunk someone into a closet, and instead of the walkie-talkie I'm using, just plug my earpiece
Into
into their
theirs?
setup so that I can have the comms in my ear?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and so now you're hearing the traffic back and forth. You hear VIP 1 is growing restless, VIP 2 still nowhere around. We're hearing word that there's the convoy was interrupted. They had to reroute. No word on ETA, but there's still the intent of the meet. What would you all like to do?
June,
Do I?
you still want that 2-for-1 deal, right?
If it's available, it sounds like they're starting to get a little antsy. Could be this whole thing is an ambush for Casanera.
Well, that solves one of our problems. Um,
One.
All right, Roger that. VIP 1 is getting agitated. We may be on the move. We'll keep you updated.
And cranky and off to presumably have some, I don't know, extraterrestrial tantrum. I don't know what the connection is to your agency. Point being, if we don't get there, we will lose location fairly soon, and we'll be doing this in transit.
yeah, my understanding is Castanero has something to do with some extracurricular activities. We'll find
Oh
out.
heavens, not the chess club.
um,
Making my way downtown, where downtown is where he is now before we get the new location. At least then we'll be close, even if he is on the move.
yeah.
The camera pans back to Vanya and Eris, and Eris looks at their watch and goes, "All right, everything is playing out as it should." Clips his walkie-talkie, hands it to you. It is patched directly to your friends. You are muted. Oh, Vixie, you're muted. There we
I
go.
realized that after the thing was like, "Hey, you're muted, you idiot," and I was like, "Oh, I'm an idiot. Thank you, thanks, Zoom." Anyway, so she takes the walkie and says, "You said it was patched directly to my friend."
Yes, they've taken one of our more inexperienced members. I hope that they left them alive, but that is the job.
I couldn't. It's only my first time working with them. I consider them more colleagues, if you will. But
And it is patched directly to your colleagues.
she like puts the earpiece in and she says, "Hello, is anyone out there?"
June, you hear this coming through the walkie.
Oh, that seems to be going well.
I told you, but you didn't want to listen. And look, I'm still here and alive, and with good eye candy to boot. She gives like a little pat to. What was his name? I'm sorry.
Eris.
Eris.
I
Everyone's
am not.
expendable. I'm sorry.
I am not candy of the eye.
She gives like this like 30 laugh, like
And yet you're
Um,
denying us that same nice view. When can we rendezvous?
well, you could have come with me, but no, I want to go undercover, you said. So here we are. You're undercover, you're doing the thing. Good job.
Noir.
Mhm.
I was wondering if I could try a fix to, like kind of moving close to June's earpiece,
And tap it in
walkie-talkie,
yours.
and broadcast, like turn it into like a VPN type connection
Oh, yeah.
where,
Let's
because
go.
right now their whole team can listen to this conversation. And I'm like, what if we could just have a private conversation right now?
Oh, absolutely, you can.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for that.
Oh, okay.
That is something well within the realms of reality for a Men in Black or the Men in Black.
But I do want to have the like, if I may, lean in like maybe a little uncomfortably close to June, but like so that my glasses can connect to their device at an NFC range.
Let me know if you need me to turn this Bluetooth off and back on.
No. Okay, so we've got a minute or so of private communication here. So is there how are you doing down there?
I am in a room. I have not gone anywhere yet. How are you doing undercover?
Well, we thought we were undercover, but it sounds like maybe that's blown.
VIP 1 is on the move. They're not gonna wait any longer.
Oh.
Everybody route towards the exit.
Okay, so VIP 1 is not the shadow.
Correct. That's Casanero on the move, security coming toward us.
So we need to. So what do we want to do? Do we want to eliminate Casanero here and now? Because it would, if the shadow does not know that we're here or is not aware that we've made it all this way, and Casanero gets taken down, clearly he will make himself scarce.
Only if he finds out. Dead men tell no tales.
Yep. Yeah, that's
So
true.
say we eliminate everyone, including Casanero.
Well, the
Casanero
Castanero and the
seems like
shadow.
a good start.
Say that again. When you're both talking at once like that, it makes me think that you're uncomfortably close to each other.
They just look at Q. Back.
Not that I'm complaining. I mean, we all get our eye candy in the end, don't we? And she gives the she gives the pat again.
And
Her-
June just looks to Q. And back.
All right. So
We can confirm we've been infiltrated. We've got eyes on the infiltrators.
swears.
okay. And yeah, I'll just turn around and start looking for what's up. And in this moment, like since we mentioned Henry Cavill earlier, pulls his sleeves up, cocks his arms like guns, except there's an actual like noise. And his suit turns back into like business suit, but it looks like it's in like a low res polygon because it has a lot of like flat angles to it rather than just hanging like fabric. And is looking around for the threat that has spotted them.
Don't see anything.
Vanya looks around and like looks at the guy that she's with.
Don't worry, it's all a part of the plan.
Good, because if anything happens to them, I will be slightly miffed. Just slightly.
Vanya, are you with the shadow now?
She like she wants to say something smart, but she feels like it would be offensive, and she says, "No, not with that shadow. A different shadow."
Might be your shadow then.
That's well, light and shadow coexist. What can I say?
You do shine brightly, but we meant it when we told you that no one considers the pawn that has been removed from the board. The thing about pawns, though, my light, is that there's so many of them.
Which means that inevitably some of them will be captured. Does it not?
So we've taken a few shots at the infiltrator. They had a dog?
Did you
So
mean that-
I want to start moving through the backstage area, just trying to figure out like where is this taking place? You know,
You're starting to hear gunfire at the front where you guys came in.
okay.
My leash.
Will set?
My leash. I left it with that guy. Over the open comms, closing in to assist. They're going to wheel around and go back toward the entrance.
All right.
Vanya looks at like the person she's with and says, "If anything happens to that dog, there are going to be some dead bodies at the tip jar."
Oh, your friend's dog is fine. No, we've learned a lot from the information that we've been able to overhear from your friend in the conversations that they've had with you. It is useful to have motivated individuals that don't have vital organs where we've been trained. And it's even better when they have friends. And you hear more intense gunfire.
Like Vanya's putting this together in her head, and she says, and she's like trying to think this through.
Your
You know,
chicken sandwich.
What about the chicken sandwich? Did he follow us? Was he listening?
He got picked up by your friend's organization and was very upset that his employer would turn on him so quickly, especially for such a tiny mistake.
Mm.
When we were able to intercept him being returned to his agency, we were able to employ their services. They truly like to send a message, and we had one that we needed to send today.
She sort of like backs away and says,
The message that we needed to send was to look that way. And while they're looking that way, he opens the door. Why don't you put a finish to this? I would very much like to return to the Creed.
Oh, I get it.
takes a deep breath, looks at him, and says, "All right. I will do what needs to be done, whatever that may be."
Your friends will make additional ruckus and appear to be the threat. They need only to last. I believe they should only be facing around 40 to 50 men with heavily armed weaponry and body armor. But the VIP one will be protected by one individual skilled with the blade. We should be able to resolve this quickly, I think.
Very well. I will do what needs to be done. And she like roots through the stuff that spilled out from that loose brick in the wall
Mhm.
and gather whatever she can. I don't know if there were any weapons in that or if it was just like the cufflinks or whatever.
Whatever you want it to be in there is in there.
So she grabs a small handgun. Um, I'm gonna say the first gun that I know is a Glock, and then she puts the bullet cartridge in, tucks that into her coat, and the other one is it's a Bowie knife. She's like, if you're going to hit someone, make sure it hurts. And she puts that somewhere, and walks through the door. And
Try not to shine too brightly, my light.
she gives a wink and says, "You know, I strategically appear when I want to. There's always clouds in the way anyway."
Closes the door.
She comes across the comms and says, "So I need you to not die. Can you do that?" And she's saying that to like June and Q.
Oh yeah, we're headed for the lobby, and we're not going to be the ones dying.
Good. I think I might have a shot at our target. Is that okay with you, or do you want me to bring him out to you? Do you want a piece? I
No,
can be generous.
no, we're done here. We'll do what we can.
It's a group project. We'll all get credit as they're running.
All right. And she moves on her way.
Okay, so we go back to June and Q. You see a number of guards shooting at the homeless man that you saw in the park. But then they're also shooting at the homeless man you saw in the park. And then they're also shooting at the homeless man you saw in the park. There's at least 20 to 30 of him, all in the same human suit, and just taking shots to the head, the chest, and falling down and getting back up. And it's frustrating, these guys. And there's a sense of confusion. And in this moment, what would you all like to do? Because you see one guy in far more armor than the rest escorting someone in a suit that's huddled down so you can't see their face away.
Oh, I want to chase that guy.
Okay, this is going to be a nerve stealth to see if you can try and tail him without one of the guards catching it and opening fire on you. This will be an extreme success, and it is a gamble.
I'm actually not being stealthy. I'm just running.
Oh,
to catch this guy. The like gun cocking noise has to do with this like framework of mechanics that's like snaked out over my hands that's turns into sort of a gauntlet type thing. And so like that's up and ready to go, and I'm just like chasing after this guy to, take him out.
So as the guard that is protecting the VIP one sees this, he yells, VIP in danger. Danger close, new target. And you see all of the soldiers that are shooting at the homeless man, gun up, turn, spin, aim at you. And we are gonna be in combat now.
Oh boy.
So this is going to require a reaction, because now they are firing at you. June, I don't. June, were you close to Q when Q broke out and ran?
I was not aiming for primary target. No.
Okay,
That would have been a flanking
then
maneuver.
they don't see you. So, Jason, this is going to be a nerves. This is going to be a.
Could I offer you a leadership role in these trying times?
You can, but I probably not gonna accept that. I
Um,
will accept a nerves awareness to see if you can get to cover in time.
okay,
This is going to require an extreme success.
okay.
Is there any way to give a help action here, or like, am I too far removed from this entire situation?
You do have a walkie, so if you give me an idea, if what you're able to offer makes sense to the narrative, then I'll absolutely give that.
Here's my pitch. I think that she's gonna come over the walkie
Hmm.
and let them know, because she would have had time to speak to the individual whose name, for some reason, my short-term memory is like, it's not sticking. Like,
Oh, no worries. It's just Eris.
Eris. I was like, it's a Final Fantasy character. You know this. Like, where is your brain? But yeah, so she would have talked to Eris briefly about a little bit about schematics, like what she has to get through. So I
Okay.
think she'll convey that information. Like, there are several people, like, and tell them, hey, they have this kind of weapon. You should get behind the first wall you see, or the first bathroom stall, whatever you see, or something of that nature.
You know what? I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll it with an extra die there, Jason, as you're essentially being manned in the van by an assassin who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Yes, I like that. What about rolling force? Because I'm trying to go fast.
Um, Try that one more time.
What about rolling force? Force brawn, because I'm trying to go fast. And then I can use that help
If
to like duck behind
unfor-
stuff.
Unfortunately, you would have to have a feat that changes it for you in order for that to work. You got to use it a pitch.
Oh, I wait a minute. I have. Oh no, that lets me reroll. There was another one that was like, yeah, use knowledge for any one roll, and I didn't take that one.
Yeah, you would have been able to use that, but
Okay, so I'm rolling nerves awareness
mm-hmm.
with an extra die.
Yep.
Okay. Basic success, which I will risk.
Oh, actually, hold on. So sorry. When you're being shot at, you usually react with bronze stunt. If you dive behind cover, you increase your chances of dodging enemy bullets, but at the same time decrease your chance of hitting the enemy. It's up to you. So if you're just trying to not get shot, it'll be nerves awareness. If you're trying to duck behind cover, it'll be bronze stunt.
Yeah, well, I want to use cover to catch up to these guys so they can't get away.
You can't take cover and give chase. That's
Oh,
the thing.
well, yeah, no, I'm giving chase. Like that's the point of running out here. One, I'm
Okay.
being a distraction, and two, I want to catch the guy if I can.
Gotcha.
So that's
So
fine that they're all
if
shooting
you
at me.
if you want to just keep chasing and not get shot, then that's nerve awareness.
Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna
And it will
risk.
be at extreme. And this is a gamble as well.
You also have that extra die that I gave you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I added that in already.
That is a basic success.
Yep.
Would you like to spend your basic success to try and get better?
Oh, actually, I did just do that. So
Oh,
I guess I have no success.
I'm only seeing the basic six.
Well, I did that, and then I rolled the 2 dice.
Okay. In that case, you only got a basic success. This was an extreme, so that's going to be 9 grit. But because you got a basic success, It's gonna be 8 grit because you can spend your successes to mitigate damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it.
Okay, so you all just see as Agent Q continues to give chase, but I'm gonna say you get winged in the leg. That is going to slow you down. I'm going to give you a condition. I'm gonna say you look hurt. So that's going to be a -1 on all brawn rolls as you got hit in the leg, and so it's harder for you to give chase. That was the reaction turn.
Where do I
We're gonna
mark this?
on your character sheet. There should be.
Sometimes it's on the bottom right. If it's not yet on the bottom right, going into your character sheet to the mechanics section can give you an option to toggle some trackers to visibility, which does include conditions.
Oh,
so
conditions.
if you don't see something in like kind of a drop down on the bottom right, go into your mechanics section and you should be able to activate visibility on it.
Yeah.
That brings us to June. June, it's your turn. On the other side of the flank, you see Q getting lit up. Like it's easily around 50 men with machine guns just spraying.
So I would like to share a very quick assortment of facts. The average sprinting speed is about 20 miles an hour for humans. The fastest anyone has ever run is, of course, Usain Bolt in the 100-meter dash, who hit 27.5 miles per hour. The average Belgian Malinois is 25 to 30 miles per hour.
Nice.
Mhm. Okay.
So when June whistles for Moose to go after Suit Guy, or more particularly Suit Jacket, which looks very tug toy. I'm just saying, if you've ever seen the flap of a suit jacket, that's very tug toy.
Okay.
I just want the comparative speeds of this, like, they put NOS into a dog.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Okie dokie. I just read what this group of bad guys have. It's not 8 grit, it is 9 grit that you lose, Jason. They have the mob
Okay.
feature. When a hero loses any amount of grit, they always lose 1 additional.
Okay.
So it would have been 10, but the basic dropped it to 9.
Okay.
Let's see. Cool. Let's see. So you're
Meanwhile,
sending.
June is pulling focus from that command they've sent to Moose by just tap on someone's shoulder who's turned to face Q, and then introducing them to a face full of buckshot.
Okay.
So those are the 2 respective things that are happening. Whichever one you'd like me to roll on, the other is the narrative action.
So in order to hit someone, it is a critical. So go ahead and roll me a critical. And again, in combat, all rolls are gamble. So if you roll any 1s, that is going to be 2 grit because of their mob. 2 grit.
How far away? How far away is Suit Guy?
Suit Guy is, I want to say, a good 40, 50 feet.
Perfect.
From the rest of the.
That means, from the rest of, okay, that still works for me. That means mechanically Moose is in close range, which means attack dog will apply.
Go for it. So what's attack dog applying mean?
I get a free reroll when fighting with my dog, as long as we are in melee or close range.
Okay, so
Close range being defined as 30 meters.
I am going to say if you're going to benefit from that, then they're not going to be able to chase Suit Guy. So it's going to be one or the other.
Okay.
All right. So which one would you prefer?
Case.
Gotcha. Cool.
It's the jacket over the face. I want the jacket off the face. I want to confirm visually this is our target.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your attack. You need a critical success here.
All right. Well, then I should get myself one. Okay, good. There we are.
Oh, ooh.
All right, 2 crit. Which gives me an extra action.
It does, and that also means that crit is
And I'll lose 3 grit off 2 snake eyes.
yeah, that's 3 grit
Yes.
that
Yeah.
you just hit them for.
Took myself. Excellent.
Okay. That is unfortunate.
Oh no.
That is unfortunate. So essentially, well, you're not taking out one person, you're taking out a number of people with a roll like that. Um, um, okay.
So yeah, the extra critical I'll put to an extra action and take out a few more of them.
Okie dokie. So you're all watching this firm assassin just go to fucking town. Well, okay, so would you like to do 6 grit point worth of damage or 3 grit and they get an extra action?
3 grit and an 3 grit and an extra action.
Okie dokie. So that means they only get 2 adrenaline.
Interesting.
Okie dokie. So go ahead and roll your next action.
Yeah. Shockingly, this is also going to be buckshot to the face.
Okie dokie. I've kept this 20 minutes over, so no worries. We're getting to the end here, folks. I
I'm
promise.
shooting as fast as I can.
Oh no, I'm not trying to rush you. I'm rushing me. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Let's go. Get it.
5 of kind and a basic, just for the extra lull.
Five.
Mm-hmm.
That is a impossible success. What happens? So if you roll a basic success against somebody that is acceptable to those, they lose 1 grit. If you roll a critical success to somebody that is susceptible to that, they lose 3. If you roll a extreme success against somebody that is susceptible, that is 9 grit. If you roll a impossible success, they lose all grit. So, fuck. Tell me what this looks like.
Yes.
So June starts off as everybody's facing Agent Q. Just, excuse me, tapping on the shoulder, turn around, buckshot to the face. The crowd of them at the back, some of them are still focused on Q, but a bunch of them turn around because there was a shotgun shot immediately behind them. And a couple of them are close enough to try to come in with fists. June ducks under it and shoots the next one, grabs the third one's long gun, pushes it down, and headbutts into them. These people all have fairly long range weapons, and June gets in close and successively dumps shots into them and otherwise makes their own weapons their problem. Until I think they're starting to round up toward this group as they're making their way through these people toward Q, and ultimately have one of them with the strap of their rifle, their knee, in his back, and then Q is going to do something cool to finish that particular one off.
Well, I'm picturing Q running through this mess, gets shot, and now bodies are just falling out of the rafters behind him.
All right. So if y'all don't mind, I'd like to paint the rest of this picture here.
Yeah.
Q, you were focused on chasing the baddie. You hear the sounds of the chaos that June is causing behind you, and the one guard in the massive armor sees things are not going well and pushes VIP1 into a stairwell and goes, "Go, sir, the helipad's ready, I'll hold them off." And he turns with this impossibly large gun aimed directly at you, Q. And right before he's able to pull the trigger, you see Moose take him down, leaving, and you just hear screams and crunching. You're able to continue to follow VIP1, who is rushing up to the helipad. And when they open the door to get to their helicopter, the first thing that they see is Vanya, how did you dispatch the helicopter pilot?
Oh, she she did it quickly and quietly, stealthily, just kind of came up behind him because he's obviously like ready. He's ready to take off, right?
And
So
then
he's
hid
preparing
the
for
body in a
after.
bale of hay.
Yeah. She came up behind him and basically garroted him. You know, with her sweater or with her like leather jacket, she just kind of went and bye.
After you did that, are you hidden somewhere
Oh no,
okay.
she's sitting at the helicopter, looking like checking her gun, making sure that like the safety's off. But she's just chilling there. She's gotta be extra. I feel like there's like a flair for the dramatic in Vanya.
He opens the door, gets ready to run to the helicopter, stops, sees you, gets ready to turn heels and run, and that's when Agent Q, you pop up. What are you doing?
I just grab him as he's like turning back from the helicopter and just like flip him down onto the ground. It's almost like WWE style with these, like gauntlet add-ons to just grab him and chuck him to the ground and sit on him essentially.
Vanya's impressed, like fully impressed by this display, by the way.
We're supposed to murder this guy, right? That's
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
This individual goes to Worlds and sows chaos, division, misinformation, and hatred.
So yeah, I like chuck him down on the ground, and then it's like each time the gauntlet hits, it hits 3 times. It's and just batter him.
What you see as you batter the human skin suit, which it doesn't matter what that looks like. Inside there is just a creature of maliciousness, just someone that loves to hurt people because it's fun and they can. And this is the first time that they've been touched. And so it's not so much pain that this monstrosity has on its face, it's more indignation. Like, even in this moment of utter defeat, how dare you touch me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't you know your place?
Nope.
Question: does this creature what is this creature's anatomy like?
Humanoid, biped, I would say prismatic skin. It just changes in color. And
if I can, I wanted to pitch there was a reason I was hitting him in the gut and the ribs, is because like that's where his brain case is.
Yeah.
And you would think like, oh, just whack his head against the ground. Like, no, not. It's like the Birdman. Like that's not gonna do what you want it to do. And so, and I knew I had to like crack through this prismatic exoskeleton or whatever's under there. And yeah.
Yeah.
So
It-
okay.
Mhm.
Well, I
Go,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, Vanya's like watching this combat, like not like with, and it's funny because it's like it's very calm. Like she's very calm during all of this. That's just her attitude whenever I think she's just been so desensitized to this that she's just like, this is business, right? When she sees like her brain immediately goes, all right, it has eyes. That means it has like, does it see through those eyes? I'm not familiar with this anatomy. Is that where its brain is? And then she realizes that Agent Q is punching in very specific, like seems to be punching in the same place over and over again. So she lines up a shot and shoots first at the same place in which Q is punching.
I'm gonna say if you both are okay with this, with these gauntlets that HQ has, you're punching so fast you can feel the bullet on your knuckle, and it's almost like you're punching the bullet in for that last. And then the creature dies, and this is when June you come up the stairs, and I mean you have a very happy moose at your side, and you see that it's all over.
All right, we did it.
Vanya is over the head, like at the head, and like has taken the Bowie knife and is currently gouging out one of the creature's eyes.
Q was just like on the ground, like on his elbows, just, Jesus.
Have you ever seen that much physical activity? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just never had to do this firsthand. That was tough.
You hear on your comms, this is Agent Alpha to Agent Q. I have reason to believe you've succeeded in your mission.
Yeah, that's right. We're done here.
You know that thing where you're talking on the phone and you hear somebody through the phone, but you also hear them getting closer?
Yeah.
You hear that coming from the stairwell. All right. Well, we knew that we could count on you. And then you see Eris come up the stairwell, and as they're talking, you hear the voice of Agent Alpha. Good on you, Agent Q. They walk over to
Agent Alpha.
They walk over to the body, and with the one eye that's still left, they close it and go, "Rest in peace." One moment. That'll be contract closed. Thank you. Send all payments to June and Moose.
What a reveal. That's so great.
Love doing business with you. I've known for some time that these three factions should be working in tandem, and they just haven't been. Until today. The fourth faction is dealing with the shadow. Don't worry about it. I would love for this to be the start of something. And that is where the movie closes. Thank you all for playing. This is Outgunned. I really hope you enjoyed the system. I love telling stories with this system. This is one of my favorite things, but I will hand it off to you, Jason. Yeah, hope y'all had fun.
Yeah, I'm minus our regular script, but thank you for watching Happy Jacks RPG. We have a number of stuff you could go find at happyjacks.org/shows. Our regular show for the Die RPG will be back next week, if everything goes according to plan. And you can also join our Discord at happyjacks.org/discord. For me personally, I'm not super active on it, but I am there, and I don't mind if you'd like to @ me in a conversation to ask about something. I'm more than happy to get involved. I just don't have the alerts turned on because it's too much on Discord. And let's see. You can follow me on Blue Sky, and I'm on Twitch several times a week at It's Probably Okay. Or you can check out my website, probablyokgames.com, home of the okayest games around, or game for now. There's more coming. Vixie.
Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell, and I've been your friendly neighborhood player here at the table. If you're looking for me, I've actually had a lot of fun with this game. I'm now obsessed because I love good action films. So congrats, Noir, you have a new fan. And anyway, but yeah, if you're looking for me, you can find me personally anywhere you see at Vixie Bell or at Vixie Bell Cosplay. I also run games over at the Pocket Dragon Pub, so you can find me over on that Twitch channel or on social media as at Pocket Dragon Pub. Currently, we are participating in the Roll for Wishes campaign where we raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I'm super excited that on the 11th, we are going to be running a special preview of a game called Pico, where we are teeny tiny bugs living in a big wide world by MythWorks Publishing. If you like the Wild Sea, it's the same author. So I invite you to come and watch us. And your donations will affect the game in real time. So it's very exciting for that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Sam?
I'm Sam Leb. I'm a role-playing performer, variety streamer, and science communicator about the space, the latter of which you can check out over on my YouTube at youtube.com/@delevely, DELEVELY. It's a bunch of cool stuff, recently published findings in science that make me go like, wait, hang on, what?
Cool. And Noir, who found out this morning that they would need to run a game for us. Thank you so much for doing that. What do you have to say for yourself?
Oops. No, hi everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, the whole shebang bang. Less Twitter these days, because I mean, do I have to say? You can also find me find information about me at my website, thenoirenigma.com or noirvel.com. That's NOIRVEL. I've got a massive ttrpg project using the Marvel multiverse system. We are creating an MCU of our own with all of your favorite actual players. It's a big project and it's only getting bigger all the time. This is Outgunned. This has been my hyper focus for the last 2 weeks now. So if you like it, please let me know. Please let Happy Jacks know, and who knows? I mean, give me more excuses to play it.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah. But what's your Let's Play link?
Oh my! Let's play games. That is, you can find that on my website, but also I have it here. I'll put it in chat. So if
Cool.
you would like me to run a game for you, right now the games that I'm offering are Star Trek Adventures or Marvel Multiverse. But if you would like me to run Outgunned, I'd be super excited to. If you want me to run Dungeons and Dragons, I'll do it.
All right. So one other thing I should mention is we get to do what we want to do on Happy Jacks because of our patrons. And if you can go to happyjacks.org/Patreon, whatever works is great. It keeps the lights on. Kimmy has a whole like actual in-person studio there, which is a thing that we try to maintain. We're playing remotely, but most of our games are at this in-person studio. And she's paying for all that herself, aside from what the Patreon can help offset. But we do that because we don't want to have advertisements. We don't want to have sponsors that we have to, abide by whatever or say we like their game when we really don't. So that it means like if we talk about something on our advice show on Sunday nights, it's like what we actually believe. And so I know not everyone can do financial benefit or support. Totally get that. But if you can, happyjacks.org/Patreon goes to keep the lights on at the studio and maintaining licensing and all the stuff that we have to do. So thank you for any support that you can give there. And we will see you next week.
Can I do a quick after credit scene real quick?
Yeah.
It is tradition. I don't know. I'm a Marvel fan, and so I've always stolen this. we see a doggy daycare, and there is a German Shepherd in a police vest that trots their way in, and we see Magda see the dog at the door, just kind of scratching at the door, and opens it, looks at the dog, takes the vest off, and goes, "Nobody saw that," and just tosses it. And that is where the story ends.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Why?
Bye.